Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Wherever you are, hope you're doing very good and you're doing very well. Hope you've invited all your musical friends and gospel artists around the world. And I know tonight is going to be a blessing as you come on our platform tonight. God would richly, richly bless you tonight like never before. This is the time to invite your friends around the world as they join us tonight. It is going to be great. It is going to be awesome. And I know, UB is ready for us. Minister Tracy is ready for us tonight. And God will richly bless you as you share it. If you're watching this at any other time in the world, please do share it on as many platforms as possible. Knowledge, Bible says, my people are destroyed without knowledge. And, very, very important. We need knowledge. It's not only music, is not about prayer only. We need also the word. We need knowledge, information to put our music out there to our audience, to our global audience out there at such a time as this. Without further ado and delaying your time, I'll bring on the mic Minister UB, who is going to definitely share with us one part. So we have two series, two sessions. So this session he'll be covering on various issues and a few issues in terms of like branding and stuff like that. So in this section, get your notes ready, get your tape recorder, record it wherever you are. He's going to be a blessing to us. And also, like I said, Minister Tracy is also live and direct all the way from US of A as well today. And also she'll be sharing a few tips with us from an artist angle on it as well. So, Minister UV, it's the battle is onto you. We're passing the battle to you, and it's your turn to bless us with the knowledge out there, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure we're all right. I know some people are in the morning right now, but
Yes.
yeah, good afternoon from my end. All right. So it's really a great opportunity to be part of this. Having been in the music industry, the entertainment industry for the last 15 years, you know, how things work around the world is you don't need to be most of the things that we know are things that we practiced, not the things that we were just taught in school. So that's why a few courses in school, we always have our practicals. So once you are done with the courses, you have your practicals, and so that you know how it works. So for me, what has been most important for me is understanding why. Now our focus is let me talk about gospel musicians, right? I don't understand the reason why gospel musicians take out so much time to forget the fact that they have a lot of power, and the power they have is stronger than a lot of the secular artists. I'll tell you why. So I booked a gospel artist for an event. They always have these December events. And I found out that what the clients are willing to pay the gospel artist is more than what they are willing to pay a Whiskey or a Davido and co. And I asked myself, so how come the gospel musicians are very laid back? They don't want, they don't want to come out. They don't want to position themselves. Now, my first topic is going to be about branding and monetizing your brand first. Sorry, let me pull up something from my iPad. So, a lot of artists in our today's world find it very difficult to understand that there's a difference between your brand as a person and the things you put out there. So I'm always very concerned about how we feel like, oh, it's just about the music. Yes, the music is there, but you see, how do you get yourself to the position where, everything you are doing, sorry, let me take this out. How do you get yourself to the position that everything you are doing has to be monetized? So don't say, oh, because you are serving God. Yes, you are serving God, but the videos you shoot, your travels, your family, everyone needs money. And that money is not going to come from the top and fall on your lap for you to use to, to take care of those things. So you need to put yourself in a position for monetization. If you look at this, churches, pastors, they take offerings and tithes, and offerings and tithes are used to develop the church, right? So for you as a gospel artist, you cannot be singing with your music cannot just only depict only trying to get people to be, what's the right word? Trying to get people to Christ, which is fine, but they need to be revival. They need to be success. They need to be winners. People need to see being an overcomer. So that's from that angle. This is where it comes from. It comes from when you are financially stable. You understand? You need to be financially stable. Look at the likes of Minister Nathaniel Bassey, Minister. There are a lot of them. They are living good lives. They live in good houses. Christianity shouldn't be about, or being a gospel artist shouldn't be about you just feeling like you should be poor. God forbid, right? So you cannot be ministering to people, ministering to nations, ministering to a lot of the people you don't even know, and then you decide that, oh, I'm just doing it because as a service to God Almighty. We are all serving God. What I'm doing right now, I'm not paid. It's service to humanity, it's service to God. But the thing is, you need to understand that if I am not fed, if I don't have internet, if I don't have access to my laptop, if I don't have the necessary things to connect this Zoom call, right, I won't be here. So first is branding yourself. What do you do? Your pictures need to come right. Your pictures need to come right. Your artworks need to come right. So if you go on social media, you find out that years ago, or you go on YouTube, you find out that videos that were shot many years ago are different from the videos that we have today. Let me use a case study for someone I worked with recently. She's on the Zoom call, Minister TRACY. So when I heard Minister TRACY's first song, I interviewed her, I heard her first song. I was like, you know what? What have you been doing with your music, right? And we started having that conversation. And I'm sure that some days she felt like this guy is doing too much. But you see, the most important thing is you need to get it right. Music is music everywhere, right? So whatever you're doing, you need to get it right. So I sat down and looked at what she had already. And I'm like, you know what? You need to get to the studio. Your song needs to be mixed and mastered this way. This needs to happen here. We're done with that. We now went to the part of marketing. Oh, no. You cannot just carry your music and upload on the internet like that. You have to put it in proper sites that will give you revenue because you need to make money. Who is sponsoring your music? Okay, for some of you, maybe you are sponsoring your music yourself or your family is sponsoring your music. At some point, they'll get tired if they don't see return on investment because things are changing. So now, how do you get paid? You get paid by positioning yourself. There are times where I'm listening to a gospel song and the gospel song is blessing me so much. And I'm like, what's going on? Who is this person? Now, I was asking somebody a question a few days ago. I was like, don't you think that the same way churches, right? I was like, don't you think the same way churches, after their prayers and everything, they have an offering or donation box where you can donate? I was saying, don't you think that a lot of musical artists, right, at the end, a lot of gospel artists, because they are ministering to people, at the end of their music videos, should have an end credit of, if you are blessed by this ministration, for offerings and to bless the ministry of what the music you just heard, right? You should actually you can donate money to either this link, either it's a Cash App or a PayPal or a foreign account number or a local account number, because it needs to get to that point. Because you're a minister, you're ministering to people. I prefer to praise than to pray. If I wake up in the morning, I can listen to gospel music the entire day, right? So for me, if I'm listening to gospel music and I find out, okay, if I listen to 10 gospel songs and I'm blessed by those songs, why can't I just pick up and say, you know what, let me look for this person's details. Is the person on social media? Is their account number there? Is their PayPal link, or is their Cash App link? What is available for me to support these people? Do you understand? So the very important thing for me as a person is you need to understand how to brand yourself. Branding yourself brings monetization. Now, people pay for perception. How do I perceive you? Okay, for example, look at the shirt I'm wearing. I'm wearing a D&G shirt. If I take out this D&G in the write-up, it becomes a normal white t-shirt. Now, if you tell me to buy this normal white t-shirt for the amount of money I bought a D&G, I will not do that. Now, why wouldn't I do that? Because D&G over the years have built themselves as a successful brand. Having built themselves as a successful brand, you pay a premium to afford them. The same with LV, the same with Gucci, the same with Range Rover, Mercedes, and co. So you pay a premium, you keep paying premium because they branded themselves, they package themselves to where they are. Why do you pay Whiskey the $150,000 for a show? Why do you pay Davido for your? It's because they position themselves, they package themselves. Pastor Nathaniel Bassey, I think Nathaniel Bassey is one of the highest. I think Nathaniel Bassey, Sinach, and a few of them are like at that point of the highest grossing gospel artists. What are we doing? Do you want to just sit down and say, oh, because they are not making noise about the money they make? No, they are making a lot of money. I've been to some of them, their houses. I've seen the cars that they drive. You understand? You need to understand that this is because over the years, they positioned themselves, they marketed themselves. For those of you in diaspora, unfortunately, you don't have that opportunity to be within the African community in Nigeria, like be in Nigeria or in different African countries where you can properly go to churches, you can go to churches, you can go to birthday parties. These days, I tell you something, these days, gospel artists open up birthday parties, open up events for like maybe burial events. Gospel artists are there. They are paid the same way they pay a Davido and a Whiskey to come for the same event. People are having like carnivals in the East. They pay gospel artists and say, you know what? On this day is our own gospel concert, and they're performing. So that means people are aware of what gospel artists, how important gospel artists are to them. And people, you find out that they feel more elevated after the gospel concerts. So now, how do you market yourself? How do you position yourself? Is first understanding that as a gospel artist, as far as you are not dressing to expose your body, do what you can, market yourself properly to get there. It's simple. So, whenever I see people say, oh, I'm very laid back because I'm a gospel artist, there's some things we cannot do. I was talking to a few of them because I have a lot of them as friends. And then, you know what they always tell you? They'll say, Ubi, we're just trying to be laid back. And I'll say, hey, listen, stop it. Who say you cannot collaborate with a Whiskey or a Davido on your songs? Right? Who say you cannot do it? Now, how are you going to do that? You're collaborating with a Whiskey on your song, and you're telling him that you need to sing music this way. What are you doing? For you to win souls in Christ from Whiskey's fans, all you have done is you have collaborated with Whiskey, who has millions of fans. He has more fans than you do. And what you are doing for yourself is simple. If you want to reach more audience, how do you get to reach more audience? Now, the limitation a lot of gospel artists have is, oh, what will people say? Oh, I collaborated with Whiskey. What will people say? Oh, I collaborated with Davido. But what is your plan for collaborating with these people? There needs to be a plan. What's that plan? The plan is, I need people to know about me more. I need people to identify me as a gospel artist who have collaborated with Whiskey, because Whiskey has more fans. And once I'm able to tap into Whiskey's fans to my own fans, I'll be able to convert a lot of people to Christ and convert people to my music. And let me tell you something, a lot of people might not play gospel music in public, but gospel music is one of the most consumed music in houses, in homes. If I wake up in the morning, I can play gospel music the entire day. If I show you my iPhone, sometimes if I close my phone, you see that the most played songs on my iPhone, you see them lined up. Now, how do we market ourselves? Don't limit yourself at all for any reason. Don't put yourself in a position where you feel like, oh, Wizkid is a devil, Davido is a devil, Tiwa Savage is a... No, these people are making money from their craft. So if they have more social presence than you do, ask yourself, if I collaborate with Sinach, right, is expected. But if you want to break the norm, collaborate with these secular artists, find a way to get with them. It helps you, because the same people that dance to their music go to church on a Sunday. The same people that dance to their music play your music every day. Go online and see some of the most streamed music videos online are gospel music. Why? Have you asked yourself that? And you know what? Gospel artists on digital platforms generate more income over time. So that's why you need to put yourself in this, you need to monetize yourself properly. Now, what am I saying? If you look at a song like Imela, okay, listen, look at that song. Today is the 30th, right? Go and look at that song and write down the amount of views on that song on YouTube. Wait for another 2 months. You find out that when you go there, it has increased. Now, this is a song that was dropped over 8 years ago. But in our secular music, right, you find out that the songs, once they hit a particular number, people are not interested in streaming them on YouTube that much as they will stream new music, because their new music comes out every day. For someone like me, I hardly even play the secular music. I hardly play that. Every day I wake up, I find myself at least playing gospel music. Either I stream it on YouTube or I stream it on iTunes, on Spotify, and other on Boomplay and other platforms. This tells you that gospel music is never old, because it's the same promise from God today, tomorrow, and forever. But you see, a Wizkid can sing a song because of what is going on now. For example, okay, what is really going on now? Okay, Wizkid can wake up and sing a song about the silhouette challenge the rubbish they are currently doing on social media, and that phase will pass. But you will sing a song about the glory of God, people getting jobs, people getting getting a new family, people getting married, because these are things that are life-changing situations and they happen every day. So when you have a song like that, that song will be listened to every day of your life, because these are things that are a continuum. You gospel artists sing songs that are a continuum, because these are things that are happening every day. So I listened to one song from Minister TRACY. I'm an overcomer. I'm an overcomer. I'm an overcomer. In Jesus' name, I got a victory. I got a victory. I overcome by the blood of the Lamb. See that song? Every day we overcome. If you sleep and wake up, you can breathe, you can eat, you can take your family to church, you can take your family to work, to school. You are an overcomer. So it's a continuum. So you need to understand that you have more power and you can use it greatly. So if there are a few questions you want to ask me, you can ask me before I continue.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please.
Feel free. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is AB Mensah. I've been in the music industry, well, gospel for a while now, and from what you're saying, it's really true, because I remember when the first 2 albums that I recorded, I couldn't really go around to promote them in London. Very restrictive, because before you go, you go to a church and then you maybe do a track or 2, and then the pastor will stand there trying to plead to church members to buy. And I know that, some people have more favor or whatever. I'm not going to say I'm disfavored, but I want to say something that I feel that maybe perhaps I didn't package myself properly at the time. So now that I'm listening to you, what would you advise me to do? Because I've written a lot of songs by the grace of God, inspirational songs that, people will listen to it and it gives them that hope. So moving forward, they are on YouTube, and then I see people that just started like yesterday. They have like 2 million views, and I'm thinking, what haven't I done? And what do I need to do?
All right. Is that all? That question?
Yes, for now. I may have some more later.
Okay. So let me take on your. I like that question. You see, everything is perception. You see, I am one person that believes that I can be anything in this world. I started off let me give you a short story to answer your question. I started off in the industry as not that I was poor, right? My family was comfortable, but because of the desire to want to win, I became a PA to my brother. From being a PA to my brother, I left and started doing, all these freelancers you see on the street in the music industry where they help you plug your music. I was always running around with Two-Face, Idibia. I'll enter a bike from the island to Festac. So if you know Nigeria, you understand how. So I go on the third mainland bridge on a bike, right? I fly that bike to Two-Face's house. When I get there, see what I do. I'll wait outside. I'll be telling Two-Face. So I opened Facebook account. So we're the first people that started all these Facebook promotions then. Mm-hmm. So Two-Face had a lot of issues going on then. So I'll be on social media, defending him, pushing for him. So I'll go outside his house. His manager, who doesn't even do half of the job I'm helping him Two-Face do online, will keep me outside Two-Face's gate. I'll wait outside the gate. It will rain. I'll be under the tree. So one day, it happened again. It was myself and DJ Spinall. I don't know if you know DJ Spinall. He's a big Nigerian DJ now. We wait outside. So Two-Face came out of the balcony and saw me, right? And he said, they should allow us get into the house. Now, let me tell you why I'm telling you this story. In life, for you to get what you want, you need to be persistent.
Okay.
You see this thing? The people that are just coming that have 2 million views, you might be surprised that they've been doing a lot of underground work and studying you. That's the funny thing about life. People study you, but you don't know they are studying you. They pick on your weak points and use it as their strength. See, I tell you something, don't beg anybody. If you have the talent, you have the craft, the day that it will be answered, it will be answered. Don't beg any church, don't beg anybody to invite you to sing. But if you're in a church and you believe that that's your audience, you need to use that audience to get to a lot of people, fine. But many churches, I tell you something, many churches downplay the gospel artists that are in their churches. They don't give them the premium quality.
Yes.
I tell you something, the only church that I've seen that has delivered 100% on their gospel artists is Chris Oyakilome.
Yeah, Christ Embassy.
Christ Embassy, who have brought out as many as possible because he worships them. He makes them feel like they're without them, he won't succeed in his church. Mm-hmm. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that is the priority a lot of churches need to give. Now, unfortunately, the church where you are the ones that are meant to give you the kind of confidence that you need. But you can imagine that same church might bring another performer from another country to come and perform in your church, and then they'll give him or her all the preferential treatment, priority access. So that is what is dealing with your self-esteem. Don't look at those things. Do you understand? There's nothing wrong with you. It's not your music that's the problem. In gospel music, wherever you sing, as far as you're praising God, there's somebody that is connected to that thing you're singing. That's gospel music for you. That's the fun thing about gospel music. No matter what you are singing in gospel, if you say, God Almighty, I praise your name, whatever you're saying in gospel, there's somebody that needs that word at that time. You understand? To take home with him or her. So your problem now is not about your music. Your problem now is your church and where you worship has dealt so much with your self-esteem that you feel like other people are better than you. That's it. There's no two ways about it. I am this kind of person that the more troubles I have, the more success I record. Right? So when you tell me I cannot have something, that's when I fight for it. Now, I might go back and just look at the thing and say, okay, this thing, all right, how do I get it? So people, when I succeeded with Inyanya, they said, don't worry, this boy is a fluke, he's a fluke. I did the same with Techno. I did the same with Celebobo. Do you understand? And I managed a few other artists. I'd worked with Kiss Daniel, and I released like the last 2 songs that were his biggest songs that before I left, I released those songs. Now, what is it? See, everything in life is what you think in your mind. Minister TRACY is here. She can tell you that from the time I worked on a project and now she sees things musically different.
Right.
Do you understand? So first of all, you need to ask yourself, where every day you go to your studio as you're recording your song, the first thing you need to do is, you are a gospel artist, you are a pastor, you are a minister. There's no difference between a pastor that is preaching in words and you that is preaching in psalms. There's no difference, because they read the same psalms and use it to talk to people in the church. You take the psalms and turn them into music, and then that's what you use to get to people.
Yeah.
So there's no difference. So take yourself as if you have a church. These days, because of COVID has put us in a position where, unfortunately, we found other means to get our followership. Now, I've not been to church. I've not been to a church hall since COVID. But guess what? I've used the opportunity to find more people who I listen to their sermons. Right? So I go to House on the Rock in Nigeria. But right now, I can wake up on a Sunday morning and say that I'll say I'm waiting for TG Jakes to come live at 4 p.m. in Nigerian time for me to listen to what he has to say. There are days where I disconnect totally from a particular gospel, a particular pastor, not because but I feel like at this point I need to listen to something different.
Yeah.
So the problem is not you. So the problem is not you. The problem is your environment. The people around you have reduced you to something that you are even bigger than. So get out of what you are doing every day. Ask yourself, this song I'm recording, God has put me in music for a reason. And God has put me not just in music, but in gospel music as a minister. You'll be surprised there's somebody somewhere that loves your music so much. There's someone somewhere that you are a big fan of, that if they see you, they want to take as many pictures as possible with you. Don't try to put yourself in that situation. Just always know that there's this thing they always say, a prophet is never appreciated in his own, is everywhere, is real. But guess what? Once you become big, you'll be too busy for those people, because right now your ministry will be bigger, will be larger than what it is right now. So is everything success? It starts in the mind. See, don't let anyone deceive you. Success starts in the mind. Sometimes success doesn't feel successful.
Yeah.
Sometimes success doesn't feel successful because of what we want to achieve. As I am, if you credit me $10 million right now, that's where there's more hunger. Some of you release music. Once you release them, you work so hard to release the music. When you release the music, you now relax. And you feel like that's the end. No. See, it's like building a house. When you build, you dig your foundation, you build the house, you do all your lintel, everything. That is not the work. Sometimes the work is finishing that house to meet its full potential.
Yeah.
If you go to some people's houses, you see the drawing of the house. It's beautiful. Now, the finished version of the house, they had no time to actually finish that house. Do you understand what I'm saying? So once you have recorded your music, the next phase for you to do is battle it out with the online platforms. Are you on YouTube? How many links are you sharing every day? See, the first marketer of yourself is you. The first believer of your music and your brand is you. Then sit down and get a team. There's nothing you can do without a team. Get people that will believe in you. even if you have to pay them 10 pounds, right? And say, listen, I'll pay you 10 pounds, please support what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Be open to pay for services. If you don't pay for services, trust me, you won't go very far. Be open to pay people. So that's what I'm telling you, that don't be laid back. If somebody records a song for you, even if they are doing it for free, buy them something. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the prayers of that person saying, oh, this person, I was not expecting anything from this person. And he gave, so a lot of us are used to free things. Look at our industry today, the entertainment industry. You find out that every artist that leaves a record label and jumps on trying to get things on his own, they always start going down. You know why? The reason why that happens is because there's something called system structures and partnerships.
Okay.
Right? So you can take the system away, which is the music. You have the structure. You have the partnerships. So for the years I've been in the industry, I can wake up and make a call to every record label in Nigeria, one phone call and they'll pick. For the years I've been in the industry, I can wake up and make one phone call to all the media houses and they'll pick. I can decide to go on a media tour on my own without anybody's help, any artist's help. You know why it's easy for me? Because I built it over time. So when you have a team, one thing you should never underestimate in your career is a team. A team helps you. A team creates you. A team builds you. Now, if you ever want to exit a team because of your mental health or because you are not enjoying time with that team, live peacefully. And as you are living, give yourself at least 1 year to build another team.
Okay. The
problem with our African record labels, or the problem with African music and succession is succession. We don't in Africa, even look at politics. The politics in Africa, we don't know how to hand over the baton properly. That's why we want to stay in power forever. And even when we hand over, we're handing over to people who are loyal to us, not people who are creating, that are going to help excel our systems.
Yeah.
So that's why management is very key. Management is very important. Who is your manager? Who is your team? Even if they are doing you favors, even if they are your brothers and your sisters, every month, if you have the money, even if it's £5 or $5, pay them and say, thank you for the job you're doing. They'll feel inspired that the day you start making $1 million,
Amen.
you pay them more.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will be their motivation. That will be their push. So if anybody has a question, please.
Is there anybody that has a question from our artist panel on branding, copyright, along that line?
Yeah, can I ask a last question before
Please,
someone
go
else? I just wanted to ask you, so if, for instance, I want to maybe work with you the way you, supported Minister Tracy, how do I get in touch with you? Because I feel, as you said, I feel, what I've done so far, I believe it's good enough. And as you said, there is always that person somewhere or a certain group of people that are being blessed by the product. So in order to maybe rebrand and like push my project and create more awareness, how does one do that with you? Or
okay, first thing, I'm a very busy person. I have many jobs I do at once. I'm in government. I have my own personal businesses, and I also consult for people. Now, Mr. Tracy will tell you that sometimes I'm very difficult with picking phone calls, and I'm always very busy. And for me, what I did was, after I did up how we can work, how she can deliver a product, I just got people in. I say, hey, listen, this person can do this for you. This person will do this for you. And that's how the project was delivered. Now, I love to advise. I love to be in an advisory role to help people, like talk to them whenever, especially when they are releasing their body of work, or you want to release a single. I love to do that because for me, it's what excites me. I don't think anything in this world excites me as much as the like music industry. Talking to talents like yourself, that's what excites me. Yes, money excites me because I need to make money. But you know what? For every time I'm speaking, my mind is open to the kind of opportunities that are within the entertainment industry. So if you are dropping a body of work, definitely for what we're doing right now, I would definitely want to maybe have a Zoom call with you, ask you questions about what the product you have, the songs that you've recorded, how you want to push them, just basically different streams of where you can make different avenues where you can make money from, right?
Yeah.
Because I tell you this, a lot of gospel artists that had #1 songs. When we say #1 songs, I'm talking about a song that you go to a white church and they are singing, right? A lot of them did not understand what it was, right? To monetize those songs then. When you go on YouTube now, you find out that a song that would have normally had 200 million views is struggling at 60, 50 million. Because they uploaded that song late. They found out about, so of this gospel artist, Choma Jesus. Do you know her?
No.
Yes.
Do you know Choma Jesus? She's really huge in Nigeria, especially in the East. Now, with how the Igbos in Nigeria move, the Igbos are everywhere in the world. There's no place you go that you will not find an Igbo man. And that is what helps with movement. So I'll tell you something, the respect for DJs is never there because people don't understand that DJs are the movers. They are the culture shapers of the industry, of the music industry. A DJ can sit down, a DJ's job is, let me tell you how funny it is. A DJ wakes up in the morning and their job is they go online, they are searching for new music to put on their playlist. Because they don't want to come to your event, or maybe you're having your wedding anniversary, or having something, you are celebrating a birthday, and they're playing the same music.
Yeah.
DJs are the culture shapers. Who are these gospel DJs and where are they? Find them and make sure that your music always gets to their hand. That's your connection to as many homes as possible.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I'm not saying give them your music for free. Send them a link to buy your music. Because the day you start giving anybody your music for free, that's the beginning of your failure and the beginning of how you not make your money from music. Stop giving out music for free. Tell me, because a lot of gospel artists print CDs. So there was a time when the Alaba days, where we depended on Alaba, the Alaba mixtape. To get the Alaba mixtape, you have to pay money. So listen to how funny this is. I pay the Alaba guy money to put my song on his mixtape, so that mixtape would travel the length and breadth of Nigeria. And also that mixtape in December, when people come to Nigeria, guess what they do? They buy those mixtapes and take them abroad. When they get there, they pass the mixtape from one family house to another family house. So if it's a disc you can copy, this family will take the disc, put it on their laptop, copy the music. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it continued. But now, the internet has taken out Alaba totally. Because how many of you want to buy a CD? How many of you want to buy a CD and plug it into your computer? All you need to do, see, we're in a tech service world. All you need to do is pick up your iTunes, your Spotify, and go check for the song, or use Shazam to find the song if you hear it being played anywhere. What song is this? You buy it immediately. How much is an Apple? So whoever will pay you for music is very important for your growth. Don't give anybody free music. Stop printing CDs and say you're using it for promotion. Position your music on the platforms. Nobody has time to lay their hands on physical CDs no more. Don't print your CDs and give it to people for free. That's the beginning of you begging people to play your music. Stop it. Stop begging people to play your music. If you have it, you have it. Nobody can take it away from you. God has put you today in the music industry for a reason. He has put you there because he wants you to use what he has given you, your voice. He has put you there because he wants you to use what he has given you, your talent. So don't you wake up in the morning and you're just singing, humming to something. You're humming to something because you believe that when you put this as a body of work, you can deliver it to people and people will be blessed. So why do you need to beg people? We have got, let me tell you something, no matter how up and coming you are, see, what you can do with what you cannot do with $100, you cannot do with 10,000. You need to understand that if you're not cocky enough, I don't know whether that's the right word to use, if you're not very stingy with how you give out free music, right? If you don't do it now, you'll continue doing it for the rest of your life.
Wow.
And for the rest of your career. So everything you want to do, you need to start it now. Start now. Start understanding that I'm not going to give out my music for free. If you don't want, if you say, oh, where can I buy your music? Now, don't forget that when people meet you, don't they ask you, where can I buy your music? Now, that question of where can I buy your music is what should lead you. Is what should lead you straight. It's, oh, I can send you a link. Just send them your link. All they need to do is click on that link. It should be a link that has, like a fan link that has all the sites. So if it's iTunes, they'll buy. If it's Spotify, they'll buy. If it's Boomplay or whatever they have, they'll buy. So stop giving your music out for free. Put it in your mind that from today, I'll stop giving out my music out for free. Try it for 6 months and see that.
Amen.
iTunes and other digital platforms will start paying you because people will not have your music in their phone for the rest of their lives. Because it's on that app until when you delete that app, you sign up again on that app, your music is there with them. Let them use your music to create their playlist. But if you pick a CD, if you pick up a CD and give it to somebody, they'll maybe forget it in their car, or then maybe they sell their car and then they forget the CD there. So what you need to basically do is start now telling people that, no, I will not give you my music for free. This is the link. Go and download it. Let me tell you something. They'll respect you more and they'll put more value on your brand.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm open to answering any other question, please, before I continue.
Hello there, Nestle here from the UK. Thank you so much. I'm learning so much from this. I wanted to ask you, have partly answered a bit of my question, but it's really about marketing. Once you've got your music, everything's been done, and you release the music. I kind of feel like people get excited when you're promoting it, and then once you release it, it's like nothing happens, even if you keep pushing and saying, oh, watch the video or download it. I mean, what's the best way to market your music and to actually get people buying the music and to keep them engaged and excited and involved about the music?
Okay, so marketing as well is a continuum. So what's the right illustration so you understand this? So for those of you that live in America, when Donald Trump said when Donald Trump was not wearing a mask, everybody felt like it was okay not to wear a mask, right?
Right.
So now that Biden has come and said, you know what, there's a mask mandate, so everyone is definitely going to wear a mask in government properties. All right, so this is how it works. The leader, the person that owns the music, you need to be the leader of the park. Some of us, I said it earlier, I don't know if you were on here at the time. When you record the music, you package it, you do your design, everything, and then you drop it. Some of you end your promotion there. Now, don't forget, your first hit song, your first big song might not be the first song you released. It might be the 7th or the 10th. So from the first song to the 10th, there's something that differentiates you every time you drop a song. is consistency.
Right.
If you want people to take you serious, and they'll say, you know what, this guy, man, she's always pushing her music. Let me listen to it. Guess what? If you don't post your music every day on your social media platforms, disturb your WhatsApp group. If you have WhatsApp groups, let them listen to your music. Disturb the people around you. Whenever you walk into any place, they'll say, oh, that's Minister so. That's because you are consistent in pushing your music. So what differentiates what you have right now and what you can get in the future is consistency. So how to push your music is consistency. Keep pushing it on your different platforms. I don't think there's a day that passes that I don't see Minister TRACY pushing her songs on her platform. If you like, look very ratchet from one country or one state, listen to her music, she will post it on her platform. Because what she has made people like me to understand is my music is moving. So guess what? Money follows attention. People follow what is being promoted more. So when people find out that your music is being promoted, you're pushing your music up, and then they find out that you're posting music from different places. Oh, somebody will say, you know what? Can you imagine? Minister Precious, her music is being played in somebody just played the music in Uganda. Oh my, so her music is big in Uganda. Oh my God. So her music is big in Tanzania. That's because you are making the people that will take you serious, that the people that know you understand that with them and without them, your music is getting to those areas because you are pushing your music every day. There's something on Instagram called the Explore page. You see, the Explore page on Instagram is one of the best things that Instagram has done. So if I like your picture right now, it goes on the Explore page. If I repost your music right now, it goes on the Explore page. So somebody that might not be following you will one day click on it. So you can imagine, so one of my best gospel songs is In Christ Alone. So every time I see In Christ Alone being sung by anybody, whether I know you or not, I wait and listen to it to the end. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's because it's constant marketing. You need to speak life into what you're doing, and you speak life to it by constantly promoting what you are and your brand. If you're in a workplace and everybody there doesn't know that you're the #1 artist they've ever met, that means you don't market yourself well. So you need to always believe that you're #1. You need to always market. Everything is mindset. Mm-hmm. What is upstairs, that's what it is. So I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you. And can I just add, maybe go back a little bit
yes, please.
on DJs. So I am originally from Zimbabwe, and I've done this with all my releases. I have 3 releases so far, and I've got another one coming soon, like February, March there. When I approach the DJs with my music, they say, oh yeah, give it to us. And then they don't do anything with it. They want me to pay them to play the music. Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? And how else can I get DJs to actually, play the music?
All right, unfortunately, right? There's a payola culture Africa has. Mm-hmm. The payola culture is, I need to say, I appreciate you for what you're doing.
Right.
Now in America, they call them pluggers. So what they do in America is, you see how maybe a Beyonce or a Jay-Z will drop music, and that same day you see the music is everywhere in the world. Right. Now, there's one thing that they've done. Over the time, they built themselves. Now, what they've done is they built a team, or they're under an organization that has structured them properly. Payola, unfortunately, you cannot take it out of the industry where we are. You might not beg somebody to play your song, right? What I said earlier, don't beg somebody and say, oh, please play my song and give them the song for free. But what you can do is, if you need to look at people, especially these DJs, right? Not every DJ, you need to look at the ones that are holding, like, are the leaders of the culture.
Okay.
So, for example, in Lagos, let's say in Nigeria, if I want to pay DJs to push my artists, I'll go for the DJs that other DJs look up to.
Right. Okay.
So now, if, for example, I'm a DJ and I look up to DJ Abbey, so I'm always going to be asking DJ Abbey for an update on his playlist.
Mhm.
So now, if I was an artist, I'll be going to DJ Abbey because he's at the top of the food chain.
Mhm.
So don't forget that you'll be so surprised that the DJs are at the top of the food chain. Though it might be difficult to reach out to them, but when you get them, you find out that they have a pool of many DJs that they can share your music to.
Yeah.
So my advice is always look for the kingpin, look for the
Okay.
target man. It's like football.
Mm.
The midfielder takes the ball and is looking for the striker because he believes that the striker is closer to the goal. So the thing is, all you need to do is look for the DJs that are more influential. If they want you to pay them, know that you are paying 1 to get 10. Because what they are going to do is they are always going to give out like a playlist. They always release a gospel playlist and they'll add your song. And that gospel playlist, you find out that a younger DJ that is up and coming will go and listen to that play and say, as far as it's DJ Abbey that dropped this mix, let me listen to it. We listen to it. Oh, I don't know this song. They'll Shazam it. They'll buy it, add it to their playlist. Oh, I don't know this song. They'll Shazam it. And so you need to be strategic how you pay.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you that it's impossible for you to pay. Listen, payola, unfortunately, will exist in our entertainment industry forever.
Mhm.
Because people believe that once you become big, you don't have their time anymore. Then they are forced to play your music. So now that they have you, do what you can do to get there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all you need to do, you need to be strategic about payola. I tell you something, Davido, as big as he is, Davido still does payola because he needs one thing that is very important to him most. And do you know what that is? He wants, whenever he drops any music or whenever he drops an album, the album people should talk about it more than they talk about any other artist in the industry.
Okay.
So he's gone from just being a big artist that he doesn't need you to play his music. And if he says good morning, people will play it, right? Now he has gone to the level where he wants to be the dominating factor, the dominating artist in the. Look at it. Last year, many artists dropped albums. Davido's album felt like a storm. Everybody was like talking about the album. Why? It's because he had added more time to market that album locally. Right. So now, locally, he took it on social media. And don't forget, he's the most followed African artist or celebrity in Africa right now. So do you understand? He leveraged on his platform, he leveraged on his other fellow artists' platform, and he also leveraged on the media. He did a lot of interviews. You understand? He was open to doing interviews. Now, another thing that can help you is learn to do voice drops for DJs. There are songs that you sing, right? And you customize those songs for DJs. For example, what song should I use? I am an overcomer. So you find a way to put, you say you're praying for DJ Abbey, for example, you say, even DJ Abbey, God will bless you.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's a smart way for getting people not to, even they'll tell you, oh, for you, I've done this. Now, also learn that every time you're in the studio recording a song, write names of all the DJs and do voice drops for them. Hi, you're listening to DJ Abbey. For example, my name is Abi Mensah, and you're listening to DJ Abbey. Do you know what that's going to do? In the next 10 years, in the next 2 years, in the next 1 year, if you become the biggest sensation in gospel music, and DJ Abbey doesn't have the time to get a voice drop from you, he will go and look for that voice drop. At one point or the other, DJ Abbey will always take that voice drop and sit down and play it. If he normally will play it 3 times when he's having a set, he will now start playing it every time. So people know that as big as you are, and no sir, as big as you are, you recognize DJ Djabbeyg. See, everybody needs to be given their opportunity. Everybody needs to be given. It's like the husband and the wife in the home, right? Yeah. The husband needs to be given his respect. The wife needs to be given her respect. So you need to understand that once you do that, these DJs automatically, what they will do is they'll say, oh, this lady thought about me. This guy thought about me. All right. So what I would do is I would put this person on more airtime. Okay, every time on my mixtape, I'll put the person. If I'm doing this, I'll talk about the person. And you say, oh, you know what? Listen. No sound music. DJ Djabbeyg is playing music, for example. Oh, listen. I just got one of the sweetest voice notes from the cell. You want to listen to it? He plays it. It helps.
Yeah.
Music is not just the music you are recording. Music is the other things. If you don't go to the market and buy water and come and cook and use fufu to start eating the water, to make soup, to make jollof rice, to make, by the way, Nigerian jollof rice is the best for those of you that are not Nigerians. To make food, to make a full meal, it takes ingredients. That's because that's to show you that you cannot stand alone. It takes a community to build you. It took your father and your mother and the doctors and the nurses, your school to train you to where you are right now. So the most important thing for you now is to be focused on how to create that same community to build your music. Don't be too proud to say you want to send voice notes. Don't be too proud to say you want to send a video drop. For example, you can do a video drop. What does it take? Ring light. You stand in front of your phone. These days, iPhones, and I've gotten to high quality that, oh, hey, my name is Nusal. I want to say you should keep listening to DJ Djabbeyg on radio or on TV or whatever. Boom, you drop that video drop for DJ Djabbeyg. Every time DJ Djabbeyg is playing your music, he plays that voice note, that video drop first, or the voice note first if he's on radio, and if he's on TV, he plays the video. Wow. Do you understand? It helps. Yeah. When you are in the studio, another way to market your music is learn how to sit down and have conversation with your people online. Even if it's 2 people that are listening to you, just do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just do it. You might be surprised that 2 people might be listening to you, but they're listening to you from a family of 5.
Right.
So the most important thing you can always do for yourself, is, now let me finalize by saying this. When you record the music, learn to record learn to document your process. Documenting your process is, if you go on YouTube now, type Nyanya, the Nyanya tour, just type it. When you type it, you find out that some of the videos you see of the tours, I took my own camera and was videoing all those things. And then I'll go and look for an editor to edit it for me and I'll upload it on YouTube. That's what made the body of Nyanya that you see. So when you are tired of watching the curated music video that you have shot with a director, you want to watch behind the scene. People want to see how a gospel artist wakes up in the morning to record music. Document those things. If you're in the studio recording songs, set your camera somewhere and record that process. When you are done, put it into something. You might not even need to edit it too much. Upload it on YouTube. It adds to your numbers. People want to watch what you are doing. If they listen to your song, they'll be like, oh, let me check more of this person. When they check, they see how you're recording music. They see what you are doing in the studio. Maybe when you're carrying your daughter and you're playing with your daughter and playing your music, you need to warm people's heart, not just with the music alone that you put out, right? But with other things that embodies music. You understand? People cannot be listening to your music alone. They want to see the making of that music.
Yeah.
So if you, I'm open to answering any other question.
That's powerful. Thank you so much.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you.
DJ Djabbeyg, I'm going to send you voice notes, okay? Voice
I already got it. I will
send you more. I will send you videos.
Let me just add to what, and then let Minister TRACY then give us a bit nugget. Most of all these things, that is like UV, are you listening? Most of these things are of what I am trying to train or try to teach a lot of the artists in here and across the world to do with our Unlock show. When I try to get them on the Unlock show, some of these things, some of these nuggets, thank God, I haven't even spoken to you on this, and you've mentioned and you've touched most of these things. Most of this trend is exactly what I am trying to do with a lot of these artists, because myself, particularly, I've been in this gospel industry for about 25 years, but 13 years ago, I took a step back to do coaching. And in that process, I've been, during that time as well, I've sat down and I've studied the market and I've watched the market evolve into so many things until the Lord released me this year again to come back to the music industry. And then we started with the Unlock show. And most of all these things you've said, but one of the major things I would touch on, like you rightly mentioned out there, which is the sin of a lot of gospel artists currently, is they don't have a team. A lot of artists just promote, pushes things on their own. So they only have one funnel of channel of where their music is coming from. It's only me, myself, I'm building my own fan, my own thing. So they need to, like you rightly said, they need to have a team. Another sin of a lot of artists is they go to studios and they only go with their own experience, with their own ears. They don't have a listening party. They don't have a team that goes to the studio. They think they know the sound that people want to listen to. Just like you said, the call DJs, love DJs are culture. They make the music, they make the code. So they listen to millions of sounds every day and they know the in sound. And so, but a lot of artists go to studio on themselves, do their own thing, and then now trying to push it onto the DJs. They're not going to listen because you haven't really involved them, or you haven't even involved people who have ears for sound, so that they will be able to educate you and tell you, oh, this is what you need to do. This is the current sound. This is what is currently trending. And this again, we need to get our mind off this as well. I see a lot of artists build their brand. A lot of artists don't have brand. All they have is Facebook. All they have is Instagram. They haven't taken time to build on their own brand itself. Tomorrow Facebook can go away. Tomorrow Instagram can go away. But a lot of artists don't have a website. Imagine a lot of these artists, they spend millions and thousands of money on production costs, but they don't even have a simple common website where they can go to. Let me remind you, 10 years ago, the in thing was MySpace. But where is MySpace now? It's no longer. Back 10 years ago, hi-fi was the in thing. Where's hi-fi now? It's gone. So Facebook can wake up and, again, as you can see, they're now trying to merge. It's a business at the end of the day. They're trying to merge everything together. Last night, before I slept, I was reading about streaming. Now, the PRS is now trying to say, if you got to stream music, you have to start paying to stream your music. So very soon, Facebook will stop you from streaming. YouTube will stop you from streaming your music, because now they're saying, if our platforms got to pay to stream our music, why would I? And then some people, they just build their brand on there. 40 days of that, 30 days of that, 50 days of that. When your 50 days ends, when your 60 days end, realize at the end of the day, where have you pushed those people to? Have you got a market to sell to those people? Have you got a product to tell those people to go and get out there? And, like you said, rightly said, the DJs, a lot of DJs are forced to push a lot of artists because of bad experience by a lot of the older ones. Even gospel artists, a lot of DJs have helped people. And so, a lot of DJs are not forgiving like some DJs. So a lot of people you've helped people, they've slept in your house, you fed them. Now they become a big, massive, heavyweight artist. Now you're asking them for voice note. They can't even give you voice note. You can't even grant your interview. These are the people that slept in your house. You took them around in your place, but now they're heavyweight, they're big artists. But now they're asking you, a DJ, a co-DJ who helped them, to pay for an interview. Imagine. And so that is why I am doing my interviews. And I know a lot of you will become big. And I've already done my voice note. I know a lot of you will become massive. So, you know, there are a lot of you know, I want us to later on, if you record it, if it's on YouTube, please play this back. A lot of artists, write down where you failed and adjust to it, please. Minister Tracy, is up to you. And we'll bring UV back to talk about management and being managed on the second segment.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. I've been writing. God, wow. Ubi, God bless you. Wow. See, Ubi is like family now. So he has taught me a lot about this music, and everything he's saying sounds new again because there's so much depth, so much knowledge. And even though I have a few things I wanted to talk about, I think I will just go back to some things he said, because he covered so much. And something I'm even looking at Djabbeyg. I see why you say you're going to have this kind of conference all year round, even though you have to find a way to do it so people will not take it for granted. People need to kind of pay for this kind of thing. I think I see why you want to do it all year round. There's so much, too much knowledge. See, I have friends that are their homes, they lost their marriages because they do things wrongly in the music industry. They lost their joy. It's like they're now slave to their music because they don't have knowledge. And this thing is so much. We are just scratching right now. You know, all the things will be talked about. If we want to break it down, we can't even leave here today. And we have topics there that I think we can only do like 2 topics today. So I see why you want to bring this meeting more and more, you know, bring more dates, because there's so much. Okay. Like I said, I have separate things I want to talk about, but after listening to Ubi, you know, it's like I went to class. My head is just full, even though I know these things, but the way he explained them, it's like, wow. He said something in the beginning. He said, we are very powerful, you know, and I'm not just coming to explain what he said. I'm coming to think more, and just from an artist angle, I want to just talk about it as a co-host. He said, we are very powerful. And for a record label that deals with secular people, secular top artists, and you remember when this artist, when Ubi left this artist, that's kind of this, they came down somehow, you know, because when he was working with them, that's when I knew this artist. So he's talking from both angles, as a Christian, as a born-again Christian, because I know Ubi, he loves God. As a born-again Christian, as somebody who has worked with top stars, he said we are powerful, you know, artists. That is so wonderful to hear. And why I want to stress about it is that when we know we are powerful, we get to check ourselves down. Are we powerful? Because if it says you are powerful, you got to ask yourself, am I powerful? Then see, if you need to build up your power, build it. Because I discovered, even before I became a gospel artist, I've always loved that word powerful. I used to lay hands on my daughter. I used to lay hands on myself because my dad is a pastor, my mom is a pastor. So that power, I brought it into music ministry. And Ubi is telling us, you are powerful. So we got to evaluate ourselves. Are we powerful? Are you powerful? First of all, that's the foundation. Your music is going to full of power and full of light. And your music is going to be like a sword when you understand how powerful you are. And if you are not powerful, go and do your own work, because you just be singing, then it won't be powerful, because you need that power in your music. If you're wondering, how do I become powerful? It's going deep, because I tell you, not all artists are powerful, and it affects what we bring out from our mouth. You know, I said it before becoming an artist, I thrive on being a powerful woman of God. So when I decide to sing, I am an overcomer, I win, I rule. I will just pour it into the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So let's be powerful. It's very important. And something they talk about, again, team. like I said, I can't even go into what I wanted to speak about today. Maybe another meeting. Maybe I will try if I can come back to this meeting again. I will try, even though I told Djabbeyg that I'm going to come only once. So the knowledge I have, I said, I want to work on them. I'm not coming. Djabbeyg was like, woman of God, why are you stinging? You know, but after today, I think if there's opportunity, I will come again, because I had things I wanted to talk about. It was purely monetization on YouTube. But today I am so overwhelmed with the information from Ubi, and I want to stress on them. Then team, gospel artists, they don't have team. Gospel artists, see, they are like ushers. It's so scary if they know what they are going into. It's like you are going to open a business, a worldwide business. Okay, you leave the church, say, now I want to open a worldwide business. I want to write a book about Holy Ghost. Then they go, they don't act like authors, they act like ushers. They do a free work. Nobody pays ushers. Ushers, they're just wonderful, nice people, you know. So we come out and we don't go like authors in the church. We act like ushers, and we just go and just say, in my language, you say, me, we just push our body and go to studio and spend money and pay for time and pay for radio, and we take from Peter, Rockport, take from spouse, take from our jobs. And you know, now I tell you, it was when I walked with Ubi, I started like, wow, we don't even understand what are we doing. Why are we trying to prove a point? Why are we acting like we're trying to prove a point? Because if you want to prove a point, you can actually stay in your choir and do all these things for free. But when you decide, say, I'm an artist, you don't have a team, you don't have anybody you listen to your music. It's like you say, I'm going to open a big worldwide store, I'm going to print a book, and you don't have people who check your materials. We don't have team. Gospel artists don't work with team at all. We so do it like we so do it so in a very low way, and we go to studio alone. Sometimes we write the songs, you know, over the years, save them, bring them. We don't even know if the song have bridge, if the song have make sense. We just know that we can do it, go to studio, sing it, and bring it out, and no promotion. And we don't even know what's promotion. See, this team part is really big another day. But one thing I will say, we shouldn't do it like that again, because I learned that you cannot go to the studio, write a song, then come out and just drop it on YouTube. Your YouTube set is not even monetized. You first of all, you drop a song on YouTube. You are trying to put yourself in the place where Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Mary, those are their market. So it's like you're leaving your house and telling your whole family, I'm not an artist, but you're not following the rules of an artist. You're acting like an usher. Usher just stand in the door and help people and kiss everybody, or they hug people, just do free work and go. And even usher, they kind of have a rules and regulation how they do. But we artists, like, we don't even know the rules and regulation of calling ourselves an artist. And so a lot of people are depressed, a lot of people are tired, a lot of people just write a song overnight, they go to studio. There's so much more to it without sinning against God, because people think when you sell your music, or when you, guess what, just stay in the choir if you don't want to sell your music, because the only way your music will be heard worldwide, in China, in America, people have to go to a digital store. And something I discovered in America, yeah, we don't do free download. I did free download till this year. All through my music career, I was doing free download. My American audience would be like, woman of God, where can I download yourself? I'll give them free download link. They don't know what to click. So we limit ourselves a lot. We need a team to help us put these things together. And lastly, and I already talked about it, I think the YouTube, I already talked about it. Then I'll talk about sound quickly before I go. Sound. I had 16 songs, and Ubi said, send me all your song. And guess what? You know, God bless Ubi. What happened is that Ubi heard one of my songs. I was not like wise enough to say, oh, I'm going to look for Ubi. Sometimes you don't get this wisdom. God will just help us. If I was wise enough, I would have reached out to him 2 years ago. But there are some people, some doors that will not open, except with time. Time will make those doors open. Ubi heard one of my songs, We Wait on You. Oh, and he's like, okay, I didn't know you can go this far. Okay, Then I told him, I went to one interview when he had Christians and everybody coming in his talk show, and God opened doors. Somehow it was a big favor because that's changed a lot of things in my ministry. And he said I should send him all my songs because I said I'm working on my album. I tell you, I freaked out a little because I've never really had any team, anybody supervise or did what I'm doing. Just like I said, it's just me, whatever I want to do, I was doing. And he said, send me all your songs. If I have my way, I will have like just take some songs out. But I'm like, you know what, send him everything. You know, and I sent him everything. It was a little uncomfortable, and Ubi strike. From 16 songs, they reduced it to 10. He said, you pick the best 10. I was like, you know. Then he looked at my album cover. I said, we're not going to use this album cover. I said, I'll A and R. You know, I really thank God for that move. A lot of things is strike down, a lot of things. Even sometimes some songs, he could say they should remix it. It was just, and why I listen to Ubi, and that's why I said we need a team. I listen to Ubi because he has a record of success. But some people might not have opportunity to have people like Ubi, but you still need people to check what you are doing, because everything Ubi advised me there, even though I struggled a lot, even my video that came out, Ubi wanted a different kind of video, like top S, which I'm working towards. That means he has, if you have people that can help you, they have a bar like this for you. Don't limit yourself. In other words, don't do things your own way. You will go far if you have a team. So a lot of things will be adjusted. People will not know a lot of things. I had to go get a new cover, send it to him. It's like, okay, this is good. To even pick the picture for the cover, it took days, because you can send him the message, you will not get him. He's busy, and sometimes he will not even see the message. And you know, I thank God. So please, let's be powerful. We need the power, because a lot of young people, especially young people, when I listen to their song, and I'm not a critic, but you know, before I become a gospel artist, I told you I was born again, fire, preaching, laying hands on people. I discover a lot of young artists. There's no power in your song. There's no power. The power is the foundation. Then get a team and monetize your YouTube, so that even if you don't have all the DJs, you don't have all the marketing avenues, your YouTube is monetized. So when you send somebody YouTube link, old people YouTube link, young people YouTube link, YouTube will still pay you. It will be like free music, but no, but YouTube, they will not pay, but they will watch it for free. Then your sound, please get people to listen to your sound, and get people to help you pick your best, pick your best. So that's all I have. There's so much more, but
thank you very much, Ma, for your wisdom.
Thank you so much.
Is there anybody that has questions regarding branding? Because UB will soon tell us more about management and being managed, and which is probably another key weakness of a lot of artists, gospel artists. A lot of my artists manage themselves. I would let him talk about that, and I know he would have a lot to say about that. Is there anybody that has questions along the marketing, distribution, and other things before we go on management? Like she said, we because there's so much we can cover. I mean, we can sit down on one topic and spend a whole year on just one topic, a whole year. That's why I have decided, just like UB said, we are DJs are trendsetters. That's why I've decided, because I get a lot of artists come to me daily, and there is how much time we have out there. There's so many UVs around. There's so many people who are trendsetters around. God just needs to open our eyes to see them. So that's why this year, what I've decided to do on my own, I don't know, it costs a lot. Whether it costs a lot, brings some of the best people in the industry to educate us, because knowledge is power. You know, and somebody even thought they added something. He said, you know, information is a weapon. Somebody even said. So, you know, we need to have those knowledge. It's not only about prayer. It's not like, oh, I have the best song in the world. But if you don't have the knowledge, you won't have the people. And then you wouldn't have the knowledge to understand that without people, that vision that you have cannot be accomplished. So, you know, just like, you know, your church, if your pastor can't be usher, it can't be deacon, it can't be protocol, it can't be this, it can't be that. It needs a team of people. So the same thing as well. We need team of people. May God open our eyes. In every continent we are, there are people, there are UVs over there, there are DJs over there, there are trendsetters, there are influencers over there. It's just God needs to open our eyes to see them and recognize them. And like you said, if we have to pay them their word, because at the end of the day, what has happened in the industry is people realize once artists blow up, they don't want to. If you have to do sign contract with some of them, sign contract. Don't think they're gonna lock you away forever. You know, that's why contract is, because people also want to be paid their dues, like you said earlier on. So UV is up to, does anybody just have a question, one or two questions, and then we'll bring on UV on management so that I can talk about management. Anything regarding distribution, branding, or any other topic, there's, like I said, is a whole lot. And please put this date in your diary if you're a gospel artist. February, we've already planned February already in place. February 27, the last Sunday, the last Saturday of Feb, we are back with another artist. Definitely, I can tell you, I know who the co-host for that, the month of Feb is from UK here, is and a very, very, one of the trending gospel artists in UK here. And so put February 27 in your diary. We'll be right back here with another guest on educating us on music, the business of music. And please put that date down. Don't say, you didn't tell, or when is it? February 27, by God's grace, if rapture don't take place, we'll be right here with another guest. At the same time, 2 p.m., we will be kicking off here, UK time, 2 p.m., Nigeria, 3 p.m. So, you know, we will be right here with another guest, with another somebody who is educating on the industry. And I would be right here by God's grace. So please, any questions, one or two questions, and we're going to management.
Hi, I'm Sister Izzy Thomas out of Florida. And yes, I have a question. Greetings, DJ Djabbeyg and Ubi. So, you know, I manage myself. I promote myself. I do everything myself. Because as we know, you know, in this Christian walk, we have to keep it real. People aren't willing to help as they should. So I do a lot of reading, and I've learned basically everything that I do just by reading. So my question is, you know, I know there are a lot of radio hosts that have their program and they're requesting your music. They need it in MP3 format, and they're also requesting your ISRC number. So my question is it the best way to include the ISRC number in your metadata versus just giving them your ISRC number, or is that something that you should do automatically, just give it to them? I mean, because to me, an ISRC number to me is like a social security number. So I'm like new in this, so I don't know about all this stuff except from what I'm reading. So should I include in my metadata, or should I provide this to the person that is requesting my ISRC number?
Okay, I can answer that question, but if you want to answer it, or Minister Tracy, do you want to answer that?
No, I really want to know what you think, or what Ubi think. But for me, I will not give it. I will not give it out to.
No, they won't. She wasn't here in the beginning. I don't know. She didn't, because I know she was having problem connecting in the beginning. Okay. Ubi said in the beginning, try to send DJs to you, or send people to your page. Now, let me say this because I'm a DJ. Now, no DJ will pay for your songs. So, and today's age, we have gone beyond a age or a planet where DJs, where you need physical CD to give. I haven't met Minister Tracy in person one-on-one, but I have all our songs. I've interviewed her on the Olok show. So what you need to do as a DJ, like that is what I do with a lot of all the artists that have been on the page. All you need to do in today's age to any DJs is to send them up to your YouTube page, or up to your Spotify page, or even if you have to give them $1 for them to download your music, or you give them a special code for them to do the free download, so that they can use and promote your music or put it on their mixtape or do whatever they're gonna do on it. You don't need to give everybody everything on YouTube. Or once you give me your YouTube page, for me, I can get anything you got there. I can find any. I mean, a lot of you have been on the Unlock show. I brought out stuff that a lot of you wonder, where did this guy get these things from? Once you have things on social media, there are apps, there are DJ apps, there are so many apps that you can use to bring those things out, and DJs and people can use it out there. So I personally don't think you need to go to that extent. Most DJs, if they say they're DJs, or everybody, I mean, YouTube should be enough, and you got Spotify and all the other platforms. Even if you have to pay them $1 or $2 or $5 for them to download your music so that they can use it for whatever purpose they want to use it on, do that. But I don't think you should be giving your ISP details to people. I think that can be tricky, and that can be unwise a little bit.
So that should not be included in your metadata, because I was reading somewhere where they said instead of you giving it to them, you should include it somewhere in a line on your metadata with your music. So you should never put.
Yeah, very, very true. And then let me say this as well. Let me just say this, because with some artists, I've talked management and few things with a few artists out there. Now, a lot of stuff you read out there. There's a lot of stuff we go on the website, on YouTube, on so many websites we go out there and we read. Now, some of those things are not practicable. I'll be honest with you. Some of those things we read, self-manage yourself, but you are, like you said, you only be coming out from one stream. So when you have a team, various teams, everybody has their expertise. The Bible tells us in Heart of Apostles, when they were having problems in Heart of Apostles, the apostles said, let us appoint men. They appointed, 12 men. They said, oh, let those 12 men deal with the orphanages, and let us just focus on prayer. What most artists want to do is focus on their music and get other people who are experts on those other fields to be doing those things. You don't want to be, just like I said, how do you expect, you don't want to go to a church where the pastor is the usher, is the one who is going to take money, is the one who's going to clean the toilet, it's going to be his protocol himself, going to be security himself, going to drive himself around. When you go to churches like that, most of us don't want to be in churches like that. Or, you want to be in churches where you've been there, the ushers, they're all dressed up in one color, in another color, you're wondering, wow. No, that's how you want your things to be. So you don't want to be in a place where you are the only one just doing your own stuff. Even the internet, nobody, you're just one stream. And that's where this business comes, multi-level streaming of businesses. All of us want different money from different sources. But why would you want money just from one source, like a lot of us do? Just have a job, So, but what you want to do is you be able to have time. And that's what Minister TRACY emphasized earlier on about your music having power. Power comes by prayer, by studying the word, and by you having your mind is focused on what you're doing, not, this, that, how would I market it? How would I promote it? How would I do this? When your mind is divided, it doesn't really help. Like he said, it doesn't really help. Even like I said, some people say, even if you have, like you said in the beginning, even if you have to get your cousin, your nephews, and pay them £5, pay them 10, even if it's not, pay them, even if it's a token money. I mean, we sometimes we bribe our kids to do stuff for us and say, you know what, do the dishes, I'm gonna give you a $5. Oh, you want that Xbox? Okay, I'm gonna buy that game for you. We do that. But then we want, this is our career, this is our vision, and we expect people to do it free for us. And those people have bills to pay, they have things to pay, they have, they have so many things as well they want to pay and do out there. So it wouldn't be unfair. But like I said, take time again. If you haven't watched this video from the beginning, go to the beginning. It's on YouTube page. I'm not going to send it to. Please, people, go on my YouTube page, go on Facebook, go on all this place and listen again to UV from the beginning, where you'll be able to hear, every information. Maybe you have to just take it at a time, like Minister Tracy said, just maybe write it down every 10 minutes, pause it, see what is said there, put that into use, and then play it again. Go to the YouTube page, take time and pause and play it as many times as possible. And God will richly bless you. One more question out there, and then we're going to management with UV. Any more questions?
Hi there. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Nestle here. Are we going to cover teams then when we're talking about management? Is that going to include...
I don't know what UV has prepared, because like I said to you, he's a very, very busy person, and it's just a privilege just to get him here free, because like I said, in most platforms that he's gone to, minimum people pay to come on those platforms are from 10 to 12, 20,000, 50,000. And if you want to understand that in UK money, that's like about 50 to 100 pounds. So UV, are you still there for yours, sir?
I'm here. Sorry.
Yes, sir. So just management, cover on management and why artists need to be managed and why they don't have to manage themselves. and then we'll take it from there. So thank you for your time.
All right. I listened to a few questions, like the question Djabbeyg just answered. That was right on point. And I'm going to cover a lot of that when I'm talking about management. A lot of people cannot be managed. A lot of people cannot be managed. Let me say this, right? When I started, a lot of you have been so hands-on on your projects that when somebody else comes in, you start becoming very scared of losing something. That is what I found out when I started working with Minister Tracy. And she's here, she can tell you, there are times where one day I woke up at 3 a.m. and I got on a call because the person I had introduced to her, she didn't really understand what the guy was doing. She thought the guy was trying to play a fast one. That was a fun, it was really funny. And I got on the call, I made a three-way, and I tried to see how I can understand, because I let her understand that if I introduce you to somebody, the person might use a newer tricks that I don't know about, right? But if it's a tricks that we learn every day, the person cannot use any tricks on me. So the same way the person cannot trick you. Now, the reason why it's also very difficult where you feel like a lot of gospel artists, you manage yourselves, you do everything for yourself, is because two things. People are scared of asking you gospel artists for money. So they will rather not come to you to work with you because they will not want you to pay them, or they don't know how to ask you for money. So they'll rather run away and form being busy. Do you understand? So this is exactly what happens in the folk. But now, first thing is, a lot of artists, I'm not just going to keep it only on gospel artists, a lot of artists are very, 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 very difficult to manage. Very difficult to manage. One is trust issues. Two, they have been very, very selfish. Now, I have a friend, he always says this, he says, if you ever eat 100% of everything you make, you will not grow. And I asked him why. He now said, most of the billionaires we have in the world, right? They share profits with people. They share things with people. For example, Amazon, right? Jeff Bezos, people sell on Amazon platform, right? So as much as people, like he gets people that supply him, as they supply him, because I'm very sure that he doesn't produce everything on Amazon, right? He shares something with them. They split money. So there's nothing, I don't think there's anything that's sold on Amazon that comes to Jeff Bezos 100%. He must have shared something with somebody, either a manufacturer or somewhere. In music, musicians always feel like, they always feel too entitled because they feel like, oh, I'm the artist, I'm the celebrity. So I should just eat the chunk of the money. That's where the problem is. I want to talk about being selfish. When you are selfish in music, you don't go far, because music is a community project. It takes people. It takes a community to make you a successful artist. So the same way they see you at the airport, oh my God, is that Mr. Tracy? Oh my God, can I take a picture? And some people will be too busy to take pictures with their fans. Right? So the conversations about music is referral. The successful artist you see today was referred by somebody. As big as some artists are in this world, there are people that don't know them in some places. So no matter how you think, that's what you see, like in our music, in our industry, a Davido or a Wizkid or a Tiwa Savage or Burna Boy, as big as they are in Africa, they'll go to some countries and they'll be surprised that people are singing their songs because it's weird. How? Who are the people that have been promoting our music here? That's because somebody, somehow, maybe a DJ took your song into that community and has been playing music for 10 years, and they just only listen to that DJ one day. So management has to go with, if you're selfish, you cannot be managed. Because you need to understand that everybody needs to share money. Being an artist is government for the people, by the people. So you need to understand that whatever you're making, don't be too keen on eating 100%. You should end at least 70%. Let somebody eat 10% somewhere, somebody 5% somewhere, somebody another 5% somewhere, in the terms of structure of how your music has been structured. Now find people that believe in your music and put them in your team. How do you do that? Is waking up every day and making those people to understand that they believe in you more than you even believe in yourself. That is management. So how do you find this management? You will not say that every day you wake up, you don't call 3, 4, 5 people. Who are those people? How busy are they? What understanding do they have about music? Sister Easy, Thomas, you were just talking about how you read a lot about stuff on the internet. Now, anybody that wants to be properly managed, right, should also understand that you cannot be properly managed if you don't have the education yourself to understand where this manager is taking you to. Not everybody is a manager. Some people are wreckers. But now you need to find personal education. You need to educate yourself, right? Once you educate yourself, you wake up every day understanding that what your manager is telling you, you have at least 30 or 40% information about what the person is saying. Oh, let's do this. Well, you know what? Give me like 1 hour. Let me read about it. You read about it. There are case studies everywhere. There's so much information on the internet for anybody to be ignorant.
True.
Do you understand? There's so much information. Oh, I've been working since I'm not even in Lagos. I've traveled. So I've been working every day. I slept at 4 a.m. last night, early this morning. When I woke up, I said, listen, I must make this conference because I'd prepared for this conference for the last 3 weeks. Information puts you information. So once you are informed, you are in line. That's why they say information puts you information. Formation is once you are informed, right? You know where to stand. So right. if I get the information that, okay, for example, when they were giving out stimulus checks in America. How did you hear about it? You heard about it because of the media, right? Because now the media did not need to talk about it so much, but because it was a stimulus check, right? Everybody were going to check their status on how to access that stimulus check.
Right.
So why would you tell me that you don't know anything about music and you're in music? So first of all, for you to be managed properly, you need to educate yourself. What kind of education do you have as a person? I'm not saying you need to go and get a degree.
Right.
See, you know, there's education that is different. Now we're looking at education. You are reading around around what you are doing, your craft. If you want to become a doctor today, you don't walk into the school and you become a doctor. You don't read to become a doctor, you practice it. So it's something that is consistent. So you need education to be managed properly. Because if you have the right education, you can have a conversation with the manager and you guys will sync. Now, you need to also understand that you need to be ready to make changes. Most of the gospel artists, especially the female ones, are mostly married, and you have responsibilities at home. You have other things that you are doing with your kids. You have, you know, kids' involvement and everything. That is when you need proper management, because when you have the right management, all of those things will be a lot of things will be done for you. All you need to do is appear. So you will know that you will not be feeling the weight of the family and other things that you need to do. Let me give you a typical example of management. I don't know if you know, for those of you that are Nigerians, I don't know if you've heard of the new song by TRACY, Cultural Praise, Part 1 and Part 2. Have you heard Cultural Praise? I don't know if any of you have heard Cultural Praise. After this, go and listen to it. TRACY is someone that sings about us, body, and all of that. But he sat down and understood that my music, so for like the last 3 years, he's not had a big song. So he's looked at it and said, okay, every December, the Igbos like going to the East to worship. They like having their concerts, the secular, the gospel concert every year. And going by Corona, a lot of these Igbo people are still going to travel to the East regardless. TRACY sat down with his management and they came up with, oh, you know what, let's do a remake of old and new gospel music that we know that, and then the bass, the drums and the bass, everything, how the Igbos like it. Well, guess what? He has not only put that music for the consumption of the Igbos. Everybody loves the cultural praise because I played a lot. Now, TRACY has now come into your parlor and is building a house there. So what have you been doing? You need to understand that music is, you need to, for you to express yourself more with music, you need to read widely. You need to listen to more music. A lot of people don't listen to other people's music. Some people feel like, oh, I'm listening to this person has done, I don't listen to music. Don't learn from people's mistakes in music. Listen to them and ask yourself, how did this song become 1 million views? Is it the sound? Is this what the time for the season is? But like I said earlier, gospel music is for every season, because as we are, there's somebody right now going through family problems. There's somebody going through lack of the inability to have kids. There's somebody going through financial problems. So gospel music always at every material time is ready and is available to solve our problems. Right? So what do you need to do? You need to position yourself and be ready for management. Money follows attention. How do you get that attention? It's not by sitting at home trying to manage yourself. Yes, it's good to manage yourself, but you will not go far. Believe me. Even if you become big by managing yourself, you will not go far if you don't have the right people to put things in place for you. You can't be negotiating business for yourself. For the first time, I picked up a call and I was negotiating business. I was scared. You know, everybody always has, you always have a first time. I'm sure there's always the first time you got into the studio to record music. There's the first time you did everything. I picked up the phone, and a friend of mine that I was looking up to, what's it called? P Square, their brother that was managing them, Jude. After I finished the call, I called him. I said, they just called me for a show, right? And I told them 500,000. I don't know if they will come and pay. That was the first time. Before now, we're collecting 150,000 naira per show, 200,000 naira per show. So for me to say 500,000, I was going all the way out. I was just scared. I now called him. I said, I just told somebody 500,000 naira for a show. He said, for what? He said, tell him 1 million. I said, no, they will not pay. He said, no, tell him 1 million. I called the person again. I said, it's 1 million naira because we'll do this, do this, do this. And then I dropped the call. Guess what? That person paid 1 million. Now, let me tell you, that's the job of a manager. A manager should know how to brand you more than you brand yourself. Conversations. Your manager should be in conversations with as many artists, managers as possible to understand everything is experience. My experience, I'll teach a lot of people. On my WhatsApp group, I have a WhatsApp, we have a WhatsApp group for artist managers across Africa. If I need something now in Mozambique, if I go on the platform and say, hey, I need somebody in Mozambique right now to help me do something, boom, I send it. Somebody will answer me because they will need my favor one day. So ask yourself, what are you doing with your career? And the first thing you are doing with your career is you need to delegate. If you don't delegate, your career is not going to go anywhere far. You need to delegate. Like I said, there are people in your community. There are people that are your friends, your family. Ask them to please tell them, read your dream like a riot act to them. Let them see your dream inside your eye. Like they should see how red your eyes are and how much you want to succeed. Though some people will still walk away. Don't expect everybody to jump at you because you're an artist.
Mhm.
Don't expect everybody to jump at you because you're a gospel artist. Forget it. They will not.
That's true.
But one thing you need to do for yourself is sit down as the boss. You are not a boss until you are successful. That's why someone said the other day I saw it on Twitter. I said, everybody wants to be a CEO. Some of you are business owners. That CEO tag puts something very heavy on you that you now feel like you have arrived when you have not gone nowhere. Some people, so the position you are in, you need to be available, expand yourself to get in people that will help you excel. How do you do it? First and foremost, you need to get a manager. A manager that what the person will do for you is always sit down and have conversations with you. Never make your manager so scared of you that they cannot talk to you. Make your manager in the point where the person is your friend and also not your friend. They need to be aligned somewhere where you have a conversation with this person and say, hey, listen, I think this music I'm recording right now, this is the best time to drop it. This is the best time. Look at what is going on in the world right now. And I feel like God is speaking to me to put this out. Your manager will not look at it and say, you know what? Okay, Minister Tracy is dropping a song on this day, on that day. Scheduling. That is planning. There are people that decide, oh, because Minister Tracy dropped music today, I'm going to drop it. Because Easy Thomas dropped music today, I'm going to drop it. Now you are competing. You are not doing music for what God has brought you into music to do. It becomes a competition. Once it becomes a competition, you leave out a few things that you would have corrected to make sure music comes out properly. Years ago, when More Hits, the Djabbeyg, Don Jazzy and co, when More Hits were More Hits, whenever an artist wants to drop a song, they drop before that artist because they were more prepared than we all were. Because they were like the leaders in the industry. So what were they doing? They were ready to kill everybody that comes into the industry. We didn't know that, but they were more prepared. They found out that, okay, they had about 5 artists under their record label. At every material time, one was ready with music to drop. And every media favored them at the time. Now that's because they prepared. So once you are ready, it's no more a competition. But once you are dropping music because you see somebody dropped, it becomes a competition. Then you leave out a few details. Once you leave out those few details, it becomes a problem. Manage yourself, but also let people manage you. That's why I said management and being managed. How can you be managed? Is when you have a lot of access. Sit down, make your artist understand, make your manager understand that you are not just somebody that is telling them where you want us to go to. You're also letting them know that we can actually go far than where we are. So be very, very open. When you are going through a downtime, let your manager know, hey, listen, I'm going through a downtime. I don't know what to do. I'm very, I'm in a bad place. You guys should have a conversation. There are times when you have a conversation about your career and you have a plan. That's the plan that can be executed. Some of you don't have plans for your career. You just get into the studio because someone told you that you can sing, which is good. But after that, what happens? Do you understand? Once you can get into the studio because someone told you could sing, after that, what happens? You need to sit down and ask yourself, are you ready to do this? Being ready to do this has to go with a few things. Open up your house. Now, let me tell you what management is, basically. If you have a house party, that day, your door is always going to be constantly open because you are letting people in. Some will come with friends. In Nigeria, if you say a party is 100 people, expect 500. Because on my way, I'll tell my friend that, somebody, DJ Abe invited me for a party. Oh, DJ Abe, I know him. Oh, let's go. Before you know it, there are 5 people. So you open your home for that house party because you're expecting people. And there's somebody that is going to walk into your house with 3 people and you cannot stop the person because of the relationship that you have with the person. So what I have just said is exactly how management is, but more technical. If you want to be a manager, all you need to do is simple. If you want to be a successful artist, all you need to do is you need to open up yourself and let people come in that you guys can work together.
Amen.
Do you understand? And watch them properly and always document your success. Document everything that happens in your career. In 6 months, 7 months, you will know whether that person is the right manager for you or not. Because you look at where you are and where you are when the person met you and what the success that you have both recorded. Once you do that, everything will start getting right for you. So if you have any question, please, so I don't continue. Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody with any question?
Yeah, a question here from Nursel. So if you don't really have friends or family that can help out, where would you look to get a manager, and how do you know before you actually employ them? How do you know that they are the best fit or the right fit to be your manager?
Okay. When you have a conversation with somebody, right? Okay, for example, as a woman, if you are getting married, you got married to the best of many people that have spoken to you, right? It's the same thing with management. When you meet people and try to have them manage you, when you start having conversation with them, know when they wake you up and say, oh, listen, let's do this. The ideas they bring up, you already know that this person might be a right fit. The person might say, there's no manager. I didn't learn everything I know today from the book. I learned it on the job. All you need is someone that is very, very passionate about making this work. Once you have someone that's very passionate about making this work, the rest is history. First is passion. If the person has the passion to make it work, the person will wake up every morning and message you and say, what are we doing today? Oh, I have this work. You guys should schedule properly. So it must not be the family. There are people around you. You cannot say you live in isolation. You understand? There must be people that you've looked at, you can say, you know what? I know you've got a job you're doing. Can you manage me? Can you look into my music? Can you see how you can be part of what I am doing? If possible, there are people that you see that are around the music industry. Can you tell them, oh, listen, I think you can do this job for me. Let me tell you, somebody that identified me one day and said, Ubi, I've seen what you've been doing. I want you to come and manage Nyanya. I didn't know who Nyanya was at the time. And they gave me his phone number. I was the one that started chasing him. So all you need is, you must not be family. We're just saying that for some of you, there are people that are closer to you that you can actually speak to. But with that, you can widen up what you're doing. Look at your environment, look at your play. Even if in your country, there must be somebody in your country that has a lot of time in their hands.
Right.
Do you understand? That person you might make that person become one of the most sought after managers in the world tomorrow. So all you need to do is conversations. Can you push my music? Can you manage me? Can we have a Zoom call? Can we have a meeting? This is what I want to do. Let's have a listening. So those things you are doing, when you get a manager that is inexperienced, everything I'm telling you right now is you dishing out instructions. Before you know it, the person will get wind of what is going on and you guys start working.
Right.
Can I add on to that, UV, as well?
Please.
In UK, I'm just talking about, like I said, in every country there are bodies, there are organizations, there are people, there are managers, union. But like I said, the internet gives you a lot of those access. There are people in every country that is represented tonight. I mean, we have every country around the world, in Middle East, in Spain, every country you can think of tonight on this platform that is watching, and some artists are around the world. We have people from Qatar and all the other places. There are, if you Google it, there are unions and there are artist unions around there. There are DJs unions around the world. There are various organizations, there are various unions around the world, both gospel and secular. But it's just like we need to create time and look for those people. And also there are people, the problem I think I realized working and talking to a lot of artists is a lot of people are looking for somebody who is already established. There are people that are helping people daily or weekly, monthly, but people don't want to believe them. They don't want to believe in, they don't want to put their expertise on that. It's just like you, when we go into the plane, you don't know whether the pilot, this is a week-old pilot, a month-old pilot, but they won't tell you that. But it's when you go and then find out, and then they tell you, oh, do you know that was the first flight that person flew today, and you like no, that can't be. But if they told you before you enter the plane that this is his first flight, most people would not want to get in there. Most people want established people, established being, but again, the problem is they don't want to pay the established price. So if you're looking for someone or management that are established, they will cost you lots of money. They would, I can give you lots of examples in America and over here, but you need, what you be simply saying is look around you. There are, like Moses, God said to Moses, what do you have in your hand? There are lots of things that are people around us. You might not look at them in that light. What do you be saying? Start to look at those people in that light. Don't try to go for big people, because again, you'll pay the money. But also look around you, look at the environment, look at the people who have been helping you, look at the people who are passionate about your music. There might be someone who is passionate about, by the time you go on Facebook, they're always sharing you. You see that they have passion and a drive for you, but also try to educate yourself a little bit and also try to find out whether those people have little information or few information to start to push you directly. And just one more thing before I bring UV back is the problem with a lot of us is we're so used to doing things our way. So when another person comes and tells us a different thing, we don't, because we're so used to our own ways. We're so used to managing ourselves. We're so used to doing things ourselves. We don't want change. And that's the problem of we human beings. We hate change. But if you got to go further, change would have to come. Things has to be better. You have to implement those so that you can go much further. Yuri.
All right. So
Thank you.
that's
I have a
exactly.
quick question for
Yes, go.
Ubi.
Sorry.
Yes, so the managers you talk about, do they need to have know what they are doing? Because personally, you know, even working with me, people that you've introduced to me, they do specific kind of work. Because you say we should look around, even though I've not really spoken with you concerning getting a manager. But I know record label is not something that you look for, labels look for you. But for manager, I think personally, even if the first time I'm really agreeing after this meeting, I need it, like I desperately need it. But what the light you're bringing into having a manager right now, it's like we can just pick anybody. Is that, what do you think? You know, people that are in my place that need management. I have a lot of publicists I have outside Nigeria, but manager, how do you? Do I just
Okay, let me answer that question.
Do I just pick
quickly.
random?
Let me answer that question quickly. The machinery that released your album, right? It was basically outsourced by me. So what I did was I looked into the industry and brought the best hands and say, hey, listen, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that. Now, this is it. The manager, right, you are going to bring. That's why this conference is very important. The manager you are going to bring doesn't have the knowledge, doesn't have the experience to be a plugger, doesn't have the experience to be an aggregator. Now, there are people that do these jobs.
Okay.
So your manager is first until the person understands wider. So you remember when it got to that point of making sure your music is released, I brought the people. You see, I don't have the time to sit down and start clicking this thing. Okay, arrange the music, fix. I don't have that time. I am very busy for that. But I have the time to sit down, listen to the music, talk to you, have conversation. We argue about it. Once we are done with that argument, never let that argument pass you and your manager, your personal manager, where you guys are, and go to the aggregators. Because once the aggregators see you guys arguing, that's when they are going to mess you up. You know what they are going to do then? They'll see that your house is not together, and then they'll be messing up with your music. So the personal manager you have is the person that sits down and you guys schedule everything. Okay, we are ready with the music. Has it been mixed and mastered? Okay, call the producer. Oh, the producer said they'll send the music today. The manager we're talking about, right? The first part of the manager, which is like a guard of honor. Oh, president, wow. Vice president, ministers. So just look at it. So now you are the president. Now your vice president unofficially is the manager, the person here. Now this person liaises with you and the people that are coming to work with you. People like the Trooks. You know, you see how Trooks is. So Trooks, for example, one Trooks can give you many things. So what Trooks will not do for you, Trooks will not help you, might not basically help you get interviews with radio stations, help you do your photo shoot, help you choose your pictures, you know, all those things. Trooks might help you choose your pictures because he might say, you know what, this artwork, we don't like the picture, your face needs to show more. You see the argument we had about getting a cover, this thing. Now, let me tell you something. Every time I look at your cover for your music, Minister, I'll say that, Ubi, you didn't do well. Do you know why I say that? Because I believe that it could have been better. You know the frustration we had with the camera guy, the guys that took the pictures, the whole frustration. If you ask me, I would never have settled with that album cover. You remember I said it to you. I said, this album cover can be better. So a manager should be somebody that is always not satisfied. They want more. The manager you have, you should be an Oliver Twist. That's how I am. I'm sure sometimes Mr. Tracy doesn't even want to talk to me because me, that's how I am. I want something to come out perfect. She said, no, you see that album cover you see there?
Yes. I
just said, okay, you know what, Mr. Tracy, no problem. Let's allow this happen. She's here and I'm using her as an example so that she understands that this is our work. This is your work. If you have somebody that is ready to argue with you, know that you are in the right place. I'm not saying unhealthy argument. I'm saying the right argument to get you there. Before Davido dropped his album, I went to his house one day to visit him, and we're there. You need to hear the argument they were having just to put songs on the album. One of my favorite songs, they didn't put it on the album. Me, I was shouting in the whole place. Not that I have any right to tell them the song they'll put on the album. But guess what? I would just say, oh, me, I like this song. But it's born out of passion. But at the end of the day, the inner management, the people that are responsible for making that happen, will sit down and decide. Now, don't forget that a lot of artists you see here, before they release their album, they call thousands of people to their houses to sit down and just let them see how the people feel about the music. Some of you just release song, you just record song and release. Before you release one song, record 5. Do you understand? Before you release one song, record 5. So you can pick. So when you have people come around and say, you know what, I just recorded a new song, be your first marketer. Be your first marketer. Oh, people come into your house. Oh my God, I just recorded a new song. Let me play it for you. You play that song. Now you see, when you play the song, the conversation you're having with your own manager and the things people are telling you about your song, it might align or it might not. So all you need to do is whenever you have access to people, make sure you sit down and play them your song. If they like it so much, tell them on so date, it will be available on iTunes. You can go and buy it. So that is what they do. Trust me, before Davido dropped that album he dropped, I'd listened to that album 3 times. I'm always using people as examples so you understand. Because whenever we go to his house, somebody new, he said, you know, bro, I just dropped an album. My album is ready. I'm about to drop it. We'll get into the studio. We'll play the album. I'm like, oh, every day that I got to that house, I had a new song. So it helps. So those things help them whenever we that are visitors leave. Them as from Davido and his management team, they now sit down and say, you know, when Ubi came, Ubi said he liked this song. Oh. They will now say 5 people like me who have the same experience like this song. That means that song is definitely making that album. But guess what? They never tell you and me that is how they were able to pick their songs. But every day they record music. You can imagine if they release all the songs that they record. That means they release over 5,000 songs to the public. But you know what it is to scale songs down? See how, Mr. Tracy, see how it was difficult for us to scale down from less than 20 songs to get 10 songs, right? That's how it is for everybody. So it takes management. It takes an inner house. It takes people within you. So the management sometimes might not be, what's the right word? It might not be somebody that has the right experience. So for example, look at Djabbeyg. You can have a Zoom call with Djabbeyg. I started listening to Mr. Tracy's song on Zoom before she even sent it to me. We'll have a Zoom call. I'll listen. What do you think about this song? Djabbeyg, oh, listen, have a conversation with him. I'd also be ready that after that conversation you're having with Djabbeyg, because of he's a professional, tell Djabbeyg, you know what, Djabbeyg, let me send you a cash app. Just always be ready to pay for people's services, no matter how little it is. It will help you understand the value of having a manager. I see big artists today say, oh, I want you to come and manage me. Right now, I've left the level of management. I'm in the advisory role. Advisory role is what I'm doing right now. You don't need to take everything I'm saying. I'm telling you everything I'm saying. I'm based on experience. Managers are always the most hit. When something happens, they blame the manager. Once you're working hard, keep pushing. And as you're building a management team, keep adding more people to the management team. That's why I said to become successful in music, it takes a community. So that's why music is not for you. Music is for everybody. The music, you're making it for everybody. So if you make music, for example, I have a song on Minister's album that I really like, Mighty God, right? That song, the first time I heard that song, I knew what the problem of the song was. Because I'm someone that listens to music every day. I knew what the problem was. I was like, you know what, hold on, 1 minute. There's a trumpet here that is missing. There's something here that's missing. There's something here that's missing. I know what she said to me, oh, this is a rough cut. When the new one comes, they'll add this. When they brought it, some things were sounding too high. I said, no, we need to change it. That's because I understand music. For people that don't understand music, might not tell you that. They might tell you that, oh, this song is not sweet. Music is arrangement. Also, when you are in the studio, how you arrange a song is also very important. Some people take a very catchy part of a song and put it in the middle. So I'll be trying to get to the point of praise. Let me get to, but you're still dragging me very backward. So you need to understand what is very catchy to put in front of the music. The most important thing in the song is the first 30 seconds, first 10, 20, 30 seconds of a song tells me if I should continue listening to that song. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all those things is management, a team. Let's leave management, team. Because when we say management, it looks very broad. A team is you and different people that might not even be part of your team. That's what makes a team. Do you understand? And everybody needs people that know people to get you there. And I'll tell you something, Djabbeyg, Minister TRACY, for you bringing me on this platform, I am ready to do A&R for free for everybody here if they give me time. So if you want to drop music, or maybe you have a song you want to drop and all of that, we can sit down and agree. Listen, I argue a lot. So you have to be ready. And don't forget, you must not listen to everything I say.
DJ Djabbeyg, please note the people that are here today, because that's a big opportunity.
No, so I'll do it. So the thing is, I'm very busy, but I just want you to have an experience of what it is to drop music professionally. That's why I told Minister TRACY, I said, listen, you've been dropping music, just carry music. How can you be an artist and you're the one managing your your platform you are managing? She distributes her music herself. It's a great talent to have. It's a great knowledge to have. But you know what? You need to give it to the right people, because they have more channels that they can distribute that music to. So, but guess what? If you don't educate yourself, the good thing that she already has now is she has the right education. In the last 6 months, she's had the right education with herself to understand that, oh, these are the do's and don'ts when I want to drop music. So very importantly, anytime you want to do anything, always understand that there are professionals that can do the job. There's a reason why you are not called to become a frontliner fighting COVID. That's because you are not, that's not your job. But you know what? Your job is to stay safe at home. Everybody has a responsibility. So if you don't give people their right tags and responsibilities, that the problem starts there. So what I can do is through Djabbeyg and Mr. TRACY, if you want to drop any music between now and the end of the year or an album, what I can do for you is I can sit down and have these conversations with you. So I see people are asking questions on the comment section. So you can ask your questions. So let me answer it because I have to run.
Minister Shade, could you ask your question, please, rather than type it? Pastor Shade.
Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello, we're listening. We can hear you.
So, hi. What's the role? Sorry, I'm at work. That's why. What's the role of like asking bloggers or like all those gospel unity, gospel groove, gospel whatever to bring out your song and they just post it once and you have paid heavily and they just post it just once and then you end up posting and pushing yourself more? Is it still important to do that?
Okay. Everybody is important in the process flow of releasing music. Everybody is important in the process flow for releasing music. The blogger's job is they're attending to 1 million people at the same time. And what you pay them is what they give you. You cannot go to maybe McDonald's or Chicken Republic and tell them you want 2 drumstick chicken and they give you 10. So they post what you are for the amount you paid them. So that's why sometimes I always tell people, if you want to, you want to understand something, if you give a blogger something to post for you, and when they post that thing, I come to your page, I see less activity on your page, I will not take you serious. So for example, if Djabbeyg goes, I see Djabbeyg's post on a blog in Nigeria. Oh, Djabbeyg is a gospel DJ, is a DJ. He has been doing DJ for years, copyright. And I come to your page. What is on your page is different from what they're telling me on a blog. That's it. I'll not spend 2 minutes on your page. So the blogger's job is to drive traffic to your page. Don't forget, before I go out, before I forget what I'm about to say, as important as social media is, you need to understand that there are many social media platforms springing up every day. And you need to have the right information to know that the earlier you get into those social media platforms, the better. But a lot of gospel artists feel like, oh, social media is for the world. It's not for the world. It's for everybody. I hate social media, but I only love social media how I use it. How do you use social media is the most important thing. It's not what is going on social media. Everybody is on social media selling different markets. It's like getting into a grocery store because you went to buy fruit juice. I will not be paying rent because I want to sell fruit juice alone, except I'm a manufacturer. So going into a grocery store, you have different things that are happening there. So social media is different things are happening there. Find your own hard. Everything is hard, but find your own hard. Mm-hmm. You understand? So what is most important for you to do is, if you pay the bloggers to post for you, make sure that before you pay the bloggers, you have a lot of activities on your page. Now, those activities on your page, the activities will do for you is, when I come to your page, I am engrossed. I stay on your page longer, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm just scrolling around, checking the job that you have done. Whether you like it or not, the Instagram or whatever social media robot has identified me, that my page had visited your page. 2 days ago, I was traveling, and then on my way to the airport, a friend posted somebody's music. And you know when you are kind of bored, so I was just going to the airport. So I now clicked on the link and I listened to the song. The song was really nice. Immediately, I went to the girl's page and I commented on her page. Listen, when I landed where I was going to, I just saw DMs coming on my this thing. The girl was so excited that for me commenting on her page, right? She feels like, oh my God, she has arrived. But you see, she needed that cosign. She needed someone that is important in the music industry to give her that cosign. But I didn't know that that's what she needed. But the thing is, how good her music was drew me to her main page. And I posted a comment there. So the thing is, always understand that whoever is posting your music, they are only doing it just to favor you. But yours is, you are doing it as a job. It's your job to constantly promote yourself. Some of you just leave your social media pages 1 week, 2 weeks, you've not posted anything there. Continue posting on your social media, because that's the easiest way right now. Because people, when people are looking for you, they type your name. Oh, I want to see Mr. Sade Kings. I will say, okay, Sade Kings. Let me see. And I go on YouTube, no activity. I go on social media, no activity. I go on Google, no activity. I'll move on to something else, because right now on this call, we have about 16 people. So if Mr. Sade is not giving me what I want, and I'm not seeing a lot about her on social media, I'll move to Minister Tosin. I'll move to Minister Nasser. I have to keep moving, because that's how human beings, that's how we are created. We are very impatient these days. Do you understand what I'm saying? There was a time Instagram was 15 seconds. Right now, Instagram increased it to 30 seconds and then increased it to 1 minute. Do you know that 15 seconds was enough for us to do everything and put it there and people to get what we asked them to listen to? Now, they increased it to 30 seconds. That 30 seconds was in, right now they've increased it to 1 minute. Some of us feel like the 1 minute is even too long. Now, for you to watch a 3-minute video on Instagram, right? Some people are even lazy to watch a 3-minute video on Instagram. That's because we have too many things in our hands that we're doing. So if I come to your page, I need to see activation immediately. I need to see what you are doing. Your page needs to be entertaining. Who say you cannot do a dance competition, right? For a gospel song. Do you understand? Be innovative, be creative, open up your mind. For those of you that just joined us, I would like you to listen to the branding segment of this. I think that's very, very important for you. If you understand that, you'll be so much open to management. So these things, entertainment industry is like the arms of government. Everything needs to support each other to make it work. I am, managers I am, press and all of that, bloggers, TV, media, everybody put together. So yeah, so I just take questions and.
Any more questions, please?
I wanted to say something, maybe it's a question. So I think when, am I okay? Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you very well.
Okay, so when Minister Sade, I think she asked about the bloggers, because to say the fact, Ubi, what we do, you know, artists, we just release a song and pay a lot of money, you know, and we are new, so it's not like we have ₦1 million to spend like secular artists. We have like 250K to spend. We give it to one blogger or two bloggers, and we sit down and we put on our page. And at the end of the day, it's like we work more than the bloggers. And we do that first song, second song, third song, fifth song. We just do it in the whole album. It was when I worked with your team that I discovered that I need a good blogger, one good blogger, and tell the blogger what I need. One good, unlike before, I would spend money. Some bloggers will even post it just once and that's it. So it's like bloggers take money, they don't do much. And that's our only hope. Sometimes we don't even put it on iTunes. With the bloggers, they will do free download. Like click a link, it's on your phone. It's like debt. They put a lot of people into confusion. So I think she was asking, is bloggers necessary? Go after I work with your team, I discovered that AudioMark, that was the first time I knew about AudioMark, Boomplay, as a gospel artist, that these are the places they stream your music, and it's not free. They stream it for free, but you get paid. Boomplay, AudioMark, YouTube. We don't even know what's monetization. Congratulations to me, thank God. I just got monetized yesterday. Since all this time, there is a process to get monetization. And I think bloggers, they don't tell us all these things. That is your YouTube monetized? Are you working towards monetizing it? Because it's not overnight. It's serious hard work. It's serious hard work to get your page. And all the cooking channels and all these Slay Queen, all of them, their YouTube channels are monetized even before they start one episode. But we gospel singers, we sing for 5 years, do 10 albums, our channels are not monetized because we didn't work towards it. And we've been working strictly with bloggers, no team, no management, no nothing, no record label. So like I said, I'm full. There's so much to share today. So I think maybe next time, but I think she was saying bloggers, these have been our saviors all these years. And they never tell us anything about YouTube, about Boomplay. They just take the money and post it 1 or 2 times on their channel and do free download, like free. Our music, people will just have it on their phone, and that's it. Some of the music are not even stamped, that you can have the music without our picture. They will have their own company picture and label on our tracks. So I don't know what bloggers, I would say, because as an artist, Ubi talk generally how everybody needs to promote you. But after working with Ubi team, bloggers are just for Instagram, please. In the streets, bloggers does not do anything. On Facebook, really, they don't do anything. It's just for Instagram. So choose a very, very, like there's one blogger I work with, and he did so many wonderful things. And that's Seller Africa. You can research your own blogger. Use just one good blogger so you can cover Instagram. Tell him what you kind of want, but don't just depend on only blogger. You need radios, but with my blogger, I was able to reach radios and every other thing. You need team that will help you with your iTunes, Boomplay. Audiomack is the best platform in Nigeria, and Boomplay, they'll click your music. They don't need free download that much. You can do, I don't know who can tell us if we need free download. Free download. I don't know. That just don't make sense.
Can I say something? Right? The word blogger kind of might confuse a few people. You need one project manager.
Oh, yes.
You need a project manager. So like what I told this boy to do for you is project manage what you are doing. You need a project manager that has access to the bloggers, the pluggers, the radio and the TV people, that has access to all of these people. So what the person will do is, instead of going to people and paying 200,000 here, 500,000, 1 million here and there, you sit down, tell this person to give you a budget. You pay the person. The person now goes to those people, make sure that, because that's what gives a lot of you so much headache, because you want to be in contact with everybody. Look for one person that's trustworthy and tell the person, listen, you know what? This is what I want to do, and I want to push it hard. How can I get this thing out there? Now, don't forget that a lot of people that are here are from different African countries. And depending on how your industry is, these are things that like for example, are the industry specific. In Africa, I think one of the countries their gospel is really big that I know of is Ghana. Ghana gospel is side by side. They're secular, so they're side by side. You see, their artists are really big. So in Ghana, it's easy to find all those gospel guys that will do the job for you. But in Nigeria, there are more the gospel guys that are doing the gospel work in Nigeria. A lot of them are underground, but they are doing the job. So all you need to find is somebody that will help you reach out to all of these people. So it might not be a Nigerian, for example. It might be somebody in your own country that that, okay, this person can talk to this person, that person. The person needs to come, and then you sit down, agree on a fee, and pay one person. Once you pay one person, the person delivers every other person to you. That's how it works. So all of this is just how to delegate properly within the music industry to help you. So you are not every day waking up, oh, I'm tired. A lot of you are tired because of one thing. You're tired because you are doing everything yourself. You don't know who to talk to. And then you feel like if you spend money, now another thing is you need to also understand that there are people that when they spend 200,000 naira, hey, they want you to do a job of 1.5 million.
You tell them.
Do you understand? So, but the most important thing is we are all a work in progress. For everything that happens to you on this journey, just believe and take it that this is something that you have learned. Next time you do it better, right? It took me, Mr. Tracy, years to get to my own bus stop. I've done my part of the job, and I'm sure she's learned. So moving forward, before she dropped music, she will go the professional route to make sure it works. And right now, for her, she feels more relieved now than before. Now, once we came in and we started talking, you could see that she was even like every day, oh, I've shot a video, I've done photo shoot, I've done this. These are things that before she would take her time, she does. But you need to understand that once you have the right things in place and you have the right communication, everything in this world is about communication. Who are you talking to? Who are you communicating with? And also you need to understand that we need to be our brother's keepers. Everyone on this platform, you need to be open to share avenues for how people can promote what they are doing. Mr. Tracy, if you have one person, see, let's not behave like the secular music guys. These guys their own mindset is different. You guys are gospel musicians. You are trying to free the world, and you cannot do it alone. So if Nasser, if you can help Minister Tracy in where are you from? Sorry, Nasser, what country?
I'm from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. If you can help Minister Tracy in Zimbabwe, let Minister Tracy in turn help you in Nigeria.
That's right.
You understand? Easy, Thomas, if you can help in what country are you in?
I'm in the US, in Florida.
Okay, so so if you can help, so the thing is, everybody needs to understand that leverage on each other. That's the reason why you're here. You are here to find the best way to push your music. If you become big tomorrow by God's grace, which will happen, I'm sure most of you will not even want to attend the conference anymore. You'll be too busy. But the most important thing is, try it right now. Believe me, from Bola Fola, Lanre, Hadassah Heights, Cecilia Okeke, Tosin Oyekon, Sade Kings, David, Nasser, Ebi Mensah, Precious Yaya, Mary Melody, Minister Tracy, Djabbeyg. I want all of you to understand one thing. One thing is, if you don't work together and share these experiences within yourself, nothing is going to happen.
Preach it again, sir.
The
Will you say that again one more time?
Yes, the success you have can be shared to another person's success. So what you are doing now is you are part of God's kingdom. You are an evangelist. The same way I can invite a pastor, the same way pastors are invited from one church to the other church to preach, is because I want you to understand that the same word that we are preaching across the world, you understand, is from all the pastors. All the pastors are saying the same thing. God wants you to come to his body. So it's the same thing that if you all don't partner, what are you now singing to me? What are you ministering to me? You need to help yourselves, because for the gospel ministry to become big and where it is, there need to be collaborations. Do you understand? There need to be proper collaboration. So from now, all you need to do is support yourselves. If you don't support yourselves, it'll be difficult for you guys to get the right synergy. If something is going on in Nigeria and you have somebody that you believe that can do it easily for you, call the person and say, hey, listen, Minister, I think I want something in Nigeria. Who can work for it? Just hand over that contact to the person. Nobody's going to take what God has given to you from you. As a gospel artist, you need to be your brother's keeper. You need to be your sister's keeper. You need to be more open to making things work. Have conversations. Sometimes just listen. You know one thing about gospel music? You see what we are doing right now? Sometimes just say, you know what? What are you guys doing? Oh, I have a new song. Can I play it for you? Maybe before you drop it. So just have conversations with people. See, it will help you understand that you are in the body of Christ, and it's not more or less like a community. Build a cult within yourselves and grow. Don't sit every day and say, oh, there's no competition in success. Everybody's time will come. If you have the most money in this world, if you will not be successful in music, you will not be successful in music. I know people in Nigeria that their parents have a lot of money, but they've done music, they've shot videos on Blu-ray, but they are nowhere. Before I go, this is what I'm going to say basically. The right mindset, the right capacity, the best synergy, the best everything you can ask for. You have it. What Minister Tracy doesn't have, Ebi Mensah has. What Bola Fola doesn't have, Tosin Oyekon has. So how can we synergize? We need to put ourselves together. Ideas are cloud-based. What is mine will ever be mine. What is not mine will never come to me. That's how I deal with life. I want to say I'm really, really excited and happy that you guys had me here. I spent a good 3 hours here, and though my back aches, I need to really run for other engagement. Thank you so much for having me. Djabbeyg, thank you so much. And I'm open to helping anyone. I just give everyone 2 hours of my time whenever you need me, but just give me like a time frame. I'll sit down, have a conversation with you. We can have this one-on-one. I'm not going to charge you. I'm doing this because I believe that this is also my tithe and my offering, to Christ. I believe that whatever I'm going to do right now, I'm not wasting it. It's part of how God will bless me for the future. So I want to say thank you guys for having me. But if you have like 3 questions, I can take 3 questions before I go. But I really need to run in another 15 minutes.
Okay, so how do we get hold of you? Do we get your details from?
Yeah, so Djabbeyg will give you my details. He has all my details.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Well appreciated.
Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
Any question? If you have any question, any more question?
Wow. Only what I have to say, from experience, whoever is coming to meet Ubi, just be ready to hear anything. Just be ready. He can be very straightforward. And I tell you, sometimes you might be like, oh, that's not what I thought. But just be ready to hear anything, because it will tell you as it is. And sometimes you can be a little rebellious, but I just pray it works out. But just be ready.
And not everything I say.
Thank
that
you.
take.
Thank you.
Okay, please. It's not everything I say you take. Most time I can just be blabbing, but just listen and let's have a conversation. If you're talking to me, see, just understand that we should just have a conversation. From conversations, so don't forget that where you are.
I can't wait to have the conversation with you.
What surprised me about the conversation was that a lot of things I argued, now I kind of regret arguing them because I did them anyway. I'm like, oh, wow, this makes so much sense. I'm really, really happy I did.
So another thing is this. Another thing is this. Every gospel artist, people trust you more than they trust other people. The same way they trust pastors.
Wow.
Do you understand that as a gospel artist, there are people that will come and meet you because they believe that you're a minister of Christ, and they just come and they're telling you their problems.
Yes.
Oh, I'm this, I have these issues, this, that. Guess what? If you don't fix your own mental state and understand, if you don't fix your own mental state, you'll be going down every day because people come to you and you cannot tell them go away. Because they believe that you can use your music to pray for them. You can use your music to talk to them. Do you understand? So always understand that your mental state needs to be right. And always understand that God in his time, I always know this thing, time will perfect everything and put everybody in the right places they are meant to be. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you all for having me.
Thank you.
I look forward to streaming all of your music.
Yeah.
My name on Instagram is at Ubi Franklin. You can send me a DM. Let me type it here. Ubi Franklin. Franklin. So that's my Instagram. There you can send me a DM. I'll buy your music. Like you can see this. This is Minister Tracy's. I can show you my album so you see what I have here. So you see, I buy music a lot. So I would have asked Mr. Tracy to give me her music for free, but I have an album there on iTunes. So let me be part of your what you're doing and buy your music as well. If you send me your Instagram, I can just click on the links on your bio and buy your music. So you see, I have Most Bliss, Too Faithful to Fail Me. I have that. I have Choma Jesus. I have a lot of gospel artists here. But this is my best so far right now. You know her? Judy K. That's my best gospel artist right now. I don't know why, but her songs just minister to me. So I always have the best every time I minister. So I hope one of the best comes out from here.
Oh, thank you so much. I've just followed you on Instagram, by the way, and I've got an album dropping soon. So I look forward to having a 2-hour slot with you.
Sure. CZ Thomas.
Nursel.
Okay.
Nursel.
I haven't seen Nursel.
I just sent a request.
I followed you back. So another thing, as an artist, please don't put your page on private.
Tell them again. Tell them.
CZ Thomas.
Yes.
If you want to have a private page, have a private page. But the page you use to promote yourself, don't put it on private. Because anybody that comes and sees your page on private, they might say, is this one, can we trust this person? What's this person doing? You know,
the reason
so
I
just
did
put
that,
your page.
there was so much spam. I had so many people in my inbox like inappropriately, so I immediately changed it to private because I was getting a lot of inappropriate messages. So I just changed it back.
Oh, okay. Cecilia, okay, I've seen that. The talking coach.
Yeah, is there anybody that has a
I've
quick
just
question
followed
for
you
you,
as
V?
well.
Pardon?
So,
Yeah, okay.
is there anybody
No,
that
no,
has
no.
question before he runs?
Just one quick one, the final one is just because UB said earlier on that you know, look for that manager, you know, have that conversation, try and discern whether or not, you know, this person is the right person to work with. But I think it's really difficult because sometimes some people can fake it as well. You know, what do you do? Because they probably can see through you that, you know, you're really desperate and you need a manager, and then they might just capitalize on that and you know, abuse it really.
Do you want to answer that, UV, or do you want me to?
You can go ahead.
Okay.
I wanted
so,
you to.
Okay, UV, she wants you to how would they
Okay, I'll
design
just
and know
follow
a
you.
manager?
How do they what?
How would they design and know somebody is a right manager?
So it's like at work. You need to find the perfect fit for yourself. It's like work. You get to a job and you don't like that job, you move. So you will not just wake up today and get the right manager. Don't forget that. So all you need to do is every day, every time you find somebody that you believe you can work with, just keep talking to the person.
Yeah.
Conversations, you know, the more conversations you have with somebody, the more you trust the person, the more you know whether the person is the right fit for the job. There's no formula to hiring a manager. There's no single formula. Trust me. The only thing that is constant is somebody that you want to work with. A manager should be your friend and also not be your friend. And don't ever put yourself in a position where nobody can talk to you. If nobody can talk to you, that's the end. You understand? So open for conversation. So you can go back home and take your decision, but never allow anybody talk you down and put your spirit down. There's a difference. There's a difference when somebody is constructively telling you things that are meant to be, and there are situations where somebody is bringing down your spirit. Never allow that. It's two different things entirely. There are people that talk so much and they have no single addition to what you are doing. They cannot tell you any solution. So you need to also know that. So a manager is somebody that you find, sit down with the person, have conversations. I'm sure after 2-3 times you guys have conversation before you even start releasing password to things and things the person. But after a while, you know whether this person is the right fit for the job or not.
Okay.
Let me just add to that what you just said earlier on. You mentioned earlier on, see it maybe using the word management might confuse them a bit more. I think they should see it more as a project manager, a project person, having a project manager on things you do, and also it helps a lot, and that's why, like UB said at the beginning when he was talking about branding, in terms of when he was talking about DJs and people like that, and on this platform as well, we try, like I said, every last Saturday of every month. So put down February 27th down. We would have somebody else. We try to bring in as many professions on the scene as much as possible on this platform to educate us on things. See somebody like a project manager, somebody who believes in your vision, somebody who has a lot of contact, like you were saying earlier on, in terms of like somebody who has contact to bloggers, so many people, so many people you need for your project. And also, I would just add this on as well. A lot of artists, rather than just waking up one morning and just going to studio, have a team. That's what you were saying, that a team. In a team, you have different specialists in a team. In any industry, there are experts of various things. Here we have Tesco. It's not only one person. Apart from the directors, they have a person who is in charge of IT, in charge of this, in charge of that, in charge of that. Have different people in your team. And that's also why he said to you to read up, so that they won't bamboozle you. At least you have a bit of information. But a lot of us want to be lazy. We don't want to read, and we only think that just because I woke up, the Lord gave me this song overnight. Just go to the studio, pour the music to a producer, and then that song is gonna fly. It doesn't work like that. We need to have a team, and probably even before you go to the studio, have people who have ears for sound, who knows what the current trend is. Have them as part of a team. They might not be part of your team, like he said earlier on. He said he's been invited to Davido. He might not be Davido's manager, but they see him as an influencer, or we use that word out there, influencer, music influencers there. Let them be part of what you're doing. And so that then you'll be able to get constructive and positive feedback on what you're doing, not just you go to studio and now try to dump it on people. Then they're not going to listen, or probably they just want to take money from you because also if they give you feedback and they will take it the wrong way. So what the only way they will think is like, okay, bring money and we'll see what we can do. But if you involve people from the start, from the beginning, then you will have more feedback. You have more things to play around with. And he talked about unity. I can't overemphasize that. UV is like it's like you're the prophet on this platform. There's so many things that you've touched on. A lot of us don't have love for one another. We don't have unity. I mean, I bring people on my show and they can't even share. Most of us are not even sharing this for other people to benefit. So a lot of us are stingy. We need to get rid of that attitude. And secular people don't do that. A lot of us envy each other. Some people can't stay in the same room with another artist. Some people just don't like some other people. I don't know what. And then we call ourselves gospel artists. So what are we singing? We're singing from a polluted water. So unity is a key point. Unity, like all the people that came tonight, I'm going to add you on, create a WhatsApp group, add you on, and then we're going to say it from there. But unity is people are just tight, or sit down on their own. I mean, imagine I will bring people on a platform and they cannot be bothered to share the video, or even you're interviewing them for free, and they cannot. Then they will go out and somebody will charge them thousands and thousands of pounds, but that wouldn't push you anywhere. So we need to have genuine love. We need to work in unity. Unity. There is strength in unity and love for one another, and reach out genuinely for one another, not just wanting to take, but also be willing to give. Why do you give? Yes, somebody might take advantage of your giving, but someday God sees your heart and he will bring people on your pathway that would help you in achieving your purpose and your vision. UB, are you still there? And if there's any other question as we round up, it's nearly 3 hours, we're going already. Please let us know.
All right. Djabbeyg, I want to say thank you to everyone for having me. God bless all of you, and I see you at the top. Success is yours and is yours forever. Thank you guys, and goodbye.
All right, thank you, UV, for being here. Again, if you haven't watched the program from the beginning, please go on my YouTube page. Djabbeyg is on my YouTube page and Facebook page. Please listen to it from beginning. Take it slowly. Listen to it like, sometimes in church we say, listen to it seven times, seven times, because you can only retain 10% of an information. Listen to it as many times as possible and make changes in whatever places that you need to make changes on. Play like this is the way. Faith cometh by hearing. You have to hear it till it starts to ring. It's like a bell. It has to ring in your mind, and then you put it into use. It's not just only hearing it, but also putting it into practical use, and also reach out for help. There are people in our various continents around the world who can help us. And like you said earlier, it's giving us so many ideas. There are artists on here that I don't know, whatever, connect with them. Nobody has no monopoly of anybody. Go reach out to anybody out there. If you want to reach out to anybody, reach out to me. I mean, I've been connecting a lot of artists with a lot of people. I will connect you, but but certain people do have their protocols or their rules or their management. Again, we have to obey those little things, but also try to reach out to people. We don't have to be big. As we work together, we become bigger. In Genesis chapter 6, the people who wanted to build Tower of Babel, there wasn't no big person. It's just a collective of few people. And and God said, if I don't stop these people, there's going to be trouble. Even God saw unity. Let's be united. Let's walk in love. Let's reach out to one another. And let's genuinely in heart, whatever anybody has done out there to you, forgive them, release them. Let God be your vengeance. Don't take vengeance unto yourself. Keep giving, and at some stage, God will connect you with the right people. I connected to you. It came through Minister Tracy. Just by interviewing her, and then she said, "Oh, let me connect you." By you doing good. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't waiting for anything. By doing, sometimes a lot of us think, sowing seeds. You might not see that seed 1 year, 2 years, 6 months down the line, but sowing those good seed gradually will bring you fruitfulness. And myself connected to Minister Tracy is by a blogger as well. The blogger, I haven't really worked with this. They haven't given guy this any job. He just said to me, there is this artist I would like you to interview. And that's how I connected. Do good, refer people. It's a seed you sow. God is the rewarder of those who diligently seek him, and also those who diligently do good, because there's no way you would do good, God will not bring you good. You might experience bad people. Even Jesus couldn't stop Judas, because a lot of us are always saying, "Oh, I'm just being careful." Even Jesus, the Savior of the world, couldn't stop Judas from doing what his plan is. But there are more good people. We forget the 11 that are the good ones. We always focus on the one that is the bad one. Let's continue to sow good. Let's continue to communicate with one another, and God would help us in achieving our purpose and vision. I don't know whether anybody still have any question or any contribution out there. Please do. And don't forget again, February 27th, we will be on this platform. I can also confirm the co-host for that would be Sister Sarah Tambo. She will be on the platform as well. And also I'm trying to get as many more people. If you know anybody in the industry, knowledgeable, experienced, that can come on the platform as well, that can educate us here, please do connect them with us. We need information. Knowledge is power. Information is a weapon. So we need to educate ourselves with information, so that particularly at this pandemic, at this time, this is the time the world is waiting for us globally. And God said in the last days, his word would spread like waters over the sea. So this is the time for us. This is the time for us to be united as Christian artists, as musicians, as professionals out there. Let's connect, let's work together and push the kingdom of God in advance at such a time as this. I don't know whether anybody has question or any other contribution.
Yeah, Nestle here. I just wanted to thank you so very much, DJ Djabbeyg, for organizing this. And I can truly say, in the past 3 hours, I've learned so much than I've done in the past 4.5 years that I've been in the music industry. I really appreciate you for organizing this and for all the support that you give us. You're the most supportive DJ that I've ever worked with, and may God continue to keep you. We appreciate you, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nessa. Thank you as well for your help and support, and also connection as well. Any other person with any contribution, anything, the question?
I just wanted to thank you as well, DJ Djabbeyg. Superior job. I commend you 1,000,000%, and I will continue to support you as well.
Thank you very much, Matt. Thank you. Really appreciate you, Minister Easy. And again, thank everybody on this platform. And also, if you haven't been on the Unlock show, please reach out to me as well. We want to put you out there on the Unlock show. Make sure you have some videos because the Unlock show is about videos as well. Please, and if you know any gospel artist that's got music videos out there, please connect them with me, myself, and we'll put them on the Unlock show. It's a platform where, you know, it's open to any gospel artist out there, and so that we can put their music to the world out there. And you don't know, you never know who is watching or who is saying it out there. Please do connect as many people as possible on the Unlock show. Put down February 27th. I keep saying it's the last Sunday of every month. And hopefully we'll be able to keep every last Sunday of every month. And then have seminars like this where we educate ourselves and we bring a professional or professionals about gospel music and educate ourselves out there in the industry as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro Djabbeyg. God bless you. Thank you, Minister Tracy. Wow, I learned a lot today, and that's the truth. God bless you. God bless you. More grace to you, Djabbeyg. Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much as well.
Thank you, Djabbeyg.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
All right, thank you everyone for coming, and please do share it. Try to share this with all your friends and people out there on as many platforms. There's so many artists on there. I mean, I have a database of 250 artists. We only have about 16 people showing or 18 people showing up today, but please do share it. This information would help someone out there from their headaches, from their pain. Please do share it on your platform. Let them learn from this information. Let us build ourselves together. Even UV said that, you know, please let's all build ourselves together. Share this information. Let it bless someone out there. Somebody, an artist out there is making the wrong mistake, is doing the wrong things. And, you know, please spread this, and you to listen to it as many times as possible. And it would richly, richly bless you as you do so out there. Like I said, without any further information, Minister Tracy, are you still there?
You see me?
Is she still there, Minister Tracy?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Any contribution? And thank you for co-hosting and connecting us with UV as well.
Thank you. This was wonderful, and it's just the beginning.
Amen.
I just pray before the year ends, you'll be able to get Ubi back, you know, because I know you have a lot of meetings coming, because there's more. It is just, even what I wanted to talk about, I learned so much again today. I wasn't even able to share it, because I know I'm gonna be back, just even as audience, and I will be able to air what I had in mind. But it was so wonderful. Even my husband, just listening from afar, was like, wow, it was wonderful. God bless Ubi. That was wonderful. And God bless you.
Thank you very much.
I told you something. I said, I said, I'm just learning this thing. It's just like they serve me a dish of jollof rice. I said, I've not even eaten it. You are asking me to co-host and share what I've learned. I'm like, I'm trying to get used to what I've learned, but now I see what you saw, and God bless you, you know, for putting this together.
Thank you very much as well. So like I said as well, a lot of artists out there, please try to reach out to us out there. I very soon I'm trying to do a mix CD. Now, if you don't know the purpose of mix CD, go to the beginning of this show and listen to what UV said about DJs, trending CDs and stuff. Please, I'm trying to do a mix CD. I know a lot of the artists on this platform have contacted you. There's still space down by the end, in about another week, I'll be rounding up and bringing out this mix CD. It is very important you be part or be involved in this mix CD. Please reach out to me I need to bring out this CD in the next 7 days. So please reach out as soon as possible. And please, we want to put as many artists as possible on this mix CD, and there will be other mix CDs that I'll be doing, which will be which we also will be putting out. Like I said, it's one of the many tools that we DJs use to get music out there. So bringing out a mix CD, and if you don't know the purpose or the aim why DJs do mix CDs and trend mix CDs and all that, please go to the beginning of this broadcast and listen to the beginning when UB was talking about DJs and trending, why DJs are influencers and influence the market with their music and what they are in the market. Please do, if you're a gospel artist, connect and let's get you in this mix CD, and there will be other mix CDs that we'll be doing out there. If there is no other question, we will round up again. Don't forget, February 27th, Saturday, 2 p.m. We'll be right back. Hopefully, make sure, I would say, book all your last Saturday of every month, and so that we can learn together, share together, and grow together as one in the kingdom at such a time as this. Any other question and any other contribution, please? Okay. If there's no any other suggestion or contribution, Pastor E.B., could you please round up for us today?
Father, we just want to thank you for everybody. We want to say thank you for Djabbeyg. Thank you for UB who came on and was a blessing to all of us. Thank you for Minister Tracy and each and every person who was on this platform and those who are still on. Father, we just want to say that even as we have heard all the things that we're going to do to improve our ministries, to reach out to people out there, we pray that it will all be added into Djabbey's account in heaven, because each and every one of us have only one purpose, and that purpose is to reach out to a soul through song ministration. So Lord, we just want to thank you that you keep everybody, that next time there will be even more people on this platform, that at the end of it, we'll be careful to give you all the glory and all the praise. Thank you for keeping everyone safe. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So please, everyone, go out there, like UB said, subscribe to each other's channels, subscribe to each other's YouTube page, subscribe to each other's platforms, so that we all can grow together. We all can increase out there. I mean, we have about 15, 18 people here. For everybody, 18 people add themselves on your platform. There'll be 18 people, more people on your YouTube page. There'll be 18 people on your Instagram page. There'll be 18 more people on whichever platforms you're out there. Please do, and like I said to you, share the video, connect with other people out there, and God would richly, richly bless you. Thank you very much again. If you're watching this any other time, please do share it on as many platforms as possible. And if you're watching this live and direct, we will be back on the 27th of Feb. This is last Saturday in February. Please, we will be back. Thank you again, Minister A.B. Mensah, Minister Tracy, Mr. Blessing, Sister Cecilia Okeke, David, Larry, Nancy Light, Precious, Izzy Thomas, Tosin Oyelake, and everybody that's connected, and some people have gone, but thank you everyone for watching. Mary T. Melody, thank you for your support, your sharing on your platform as well. Thank you very much. And everybody that's contributed in one way or the other, thank you very much. Minister Tracy, thank you very much for waking up early As far as 8 o'clock
I didn't
in
sleep.
America.
Alarm clock. I'm
8
like,
o'clock in America. Thank you.
God bless you. Mr. Tracy,
God
we need
bless
to
you and
speak.
God bless you.
I need to call you as soon as we finish. So,
okay.
TJ, please send me her number so I can call her straight
All right,
away.
definitely. All right. Thank you
God
very,
bless
very much.
you.
Thank
That'll be
you,
very
Mr.
good. That'll be pastors
Tracy. God
connecting
bless
with
you,
pastors as well.
Pastor.
Thank you very much,
Thank
everyone.
you so much,
All right. God
Minister
bless you all.
Tracy. Thank you. God
Thank
bless
you for
you. Thank
watching,
you.
everyone. Then
Thank you
God
so
bless
Bye,
you.
much,
everyone. Have a
Mr.